Welcome back to the Highline Podcast. Hit that button.
Yeah!
Let's go!
You can't do that.
I can't get it right.
Shut the f*** up and let me talk.
I thought I was wrong once, but I was mistaken.
You're only young,
But you're gonna die! Proceed to party!
Ooh, are you ready, Riley?
What did he say?
Go Tigers.
That's incorrect.
Go Cox. I think that might be the best one we've ever done. That was good. I like that.
Na 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 na.
I think he thinks too much, yeah, I know. It's all in his head, can't let it go. Been fighting for chips with all the same ghost. Is he spinning out of control? He's trying to hide, but they're hiding with him. Been holding his breath cause they're all listening. I think he thinks too much, but I know that they know Denny. He spent all his life wondering why the bad luck always comes so easy. All this time he's realized the worst things in life are free. But maybe all the days that cut so deep, and maybe all the pain that no one sees, they're all his scars, his bad luck to keep. And you can't take that from Denny.
Na na da 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 da.
He swore I said I never would go here again. where the void is just a means of an end. No way to see the choice he had. But now he understands. He spent all his life wondering why the bad luck always comes so easy. All this time he's realized the worst things in life are free. But maybe all the days that cut so deep, and maybe all the scars that no one sees, they're all my scars. Not my scars, Denny's scars. His bad luck to keep. I don't want it. And you can't take that from Denny. Where's the crying towel for Denny? Go 12! He won the fucking race. Nobody gave a shit about it. But I did. He passed your guy. Fuck you. Woo!
I'm gonna be honest with you. I could give a fuck that Brad Keselowski should have won that race, could have won that race, almost won the race.
He choked it again.
Whatever you want to say.
He should have won. He was like a 15th place car.
I could give a fuck. Could care less.
So you're saying if Brad doesn't just fuck up 3 and 4 and he wins the race?
Didn't matter at all to me.
He wouldn't have cared.
Didn't matter at all.
That's your guy winning a race.
Didn't matter at all.
RFK going out on top.
Didn't matter at all.
It mattered to me.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
It mattered to me. 012, YRB in victory lane. Finally got to win at Phoenix.
Shotgun your fucking beer.
He finally got to win at Phoenix when it really didn't matter at all. But yeah, he got his first win at Phoenix when he should have won about 4 straight now in the fall race. So that was good. Kyle Larson wins the championship. We're getting that here in a minute. Was probably the worst championship car all day. It's close between him and Briscoe. Briscoe just had a whole bunch of problems, which Larson did as well. But yeah, finishing third, didn't lead a lap. And he is your 2025 NASCAR Cup Series champion. That's 2-time. 1-time, 2-time, 3-time,
Probably.
4-time. It is Homestead next year.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to switch it around. But anyways, YRB wins. I'll get my celebration out the way, then we can cry with Denny.
Well, hurry up.
Oh, damn, I ain't got no keys. You got some keys? Started this year off at the Clash. Shotgunning a beer for Chase Elliott. Exhibition race or not, still won it. And I end the year shotgunning a beer for YRB.
And I go the whole year without doing one.
Lord, it's a damn shame.
Yep. It sure is.
I spent all my life. You can talk while I'm doing this.
I ain't got shit to say.
All right. See you next week.
Fuck this sport. Fuck it.
Now you know how I felt last year. Sorry. All right. One more for 2025. YRB getting it done at Phoenix. Count me down, brother.
3, 2, 1, go.
We're not doing that.
3, 2, 1, go. Chug, 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 chug. Congratulations. All right, let's get into the bullshit.
Go 12. Oh.
Man.
That was easy.
Yeah, congratulations.
I'm getting good. I've had a lot of practice this year.
Congratulations.
You're going to suck at it next year.
Fucking.
If you ever get the chance again.
We'll see.
Well, first off, how you doing?
Awful.
Oh. Yeah.
Awful. I mean, just a shitty weekend for sports.
Your Broncos won.
Yeah, they played like shit. Fucking worst offense in football for 3 quarters, and then they turn into the fucking 2007 Patriots in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, excuse me.
But hey, I'll take a win.
Thank you, J.K. Dobbins, for giving me like 4 points.
Yeah, you still lost. Go fantasy team. At least that worked for me. NFL was good for me this week. But college football, South Carolina got that ass beat. Fired our offensive coordinator finally, so that's good.
Firing everybody.
Good riddance. But Friday's race, I'm going to be honest with you, pass the fuck out. Didn't watch a fucking lap. Saturday's race, going to be honest with you, pass the fuck out. I was snoozed. I watched the first, 2 stages of it, and then I was sleep. And then, of course, Sunday happened, and that was extremely disappointing, to say the least. So, yeah, I mean, just a shit weekend. Shit weekend for racing, shit weekend for championships. Only 1 out of the 3. The guy that I thought going into it deserved the championship, won the championship. And even in that, he probably shouldn't have won the race or the championship based on the format, but made a daring move at the end. We'll get into that later.
Well, he was the best truck.
He was, but based on circumstances, shouldn't have been there, but he was. Yeah, I mean, just an awful racing weekend.
I need you to drink an energy drink or something. I need some more energy out of you.
Yeah, it's just I wasn't. I don't even know how to say it. I mean, I'm just glad this season's over. Glad it's over.
I'm doing okay, I guess. Clemson lost on Saturday. Nothing new. Controversial pass interference call at the end. Not blaming that on why we lost, because we got away with a holding penalty earlier in the play that they didn't call, and then they called the pass interference on us when the Duke player pushed our corner down. Gave Duke a chance, and they took advantage of it, and I knew they were going for 2 because we couldn't stop a nosebleed on Saturday. And, of course, they got it, and half our players looked like they were lost. I mean, that was the motto of the day, especially the secondary was just horrendous. But
seems like that team's quit.
no, we played hard. I mean, we were down 21-7 to start the game, and I was like, oh, boy, it's about to get bad. We fought back. Our offense played really well. That was the best game our offense have played. Maybe since Garrett Riley's got there. It was a couple games last year where we balled out against some inferior ACC opponents, but Duke's a decent team. They're not a great team, but we're a fucking awful team. So it is what it is. I wasn't necessarily glad that we lost, but the more we do, the more we lose, the more I have confidence that a whole bunch of changes will be made, which have been needing to be made the past 5 years. So that's a good thing. If we keep losing, I still want to win that game at the end of the year. But
I don't care.
Yeah, state pride, baby. I fucking hate y'all.
It's
So
going to be 3-0.
But yeah, I mean, our past, what, 2023, 2024, and probably this year is going to be some fucking awful games. So, but
we're not making a bowl, so
we're probably not either. So it is what it is. Y'all got a bye week this week, right?
yeah.
And we got to play Florida State.
Then we get Texas A&M.
Loss.
Yeah. Coastal.
Hey, dub. Maybe. Maybe. And then us.
And Clemson.
Yeah. So, I went down to Georgia this week to hunt on my long hunting trip. I left here Thursday night, late Thursday night. Had to get the YouTube version of the podcast done last week. It backed me up a lot because the computer was acting stupid again. So, but got there late, early Friday morning. Didn't hunt Friday morning because I got there so late. Hunted Friday night, and didn't see nothing for most of the hunt. It's getting dark, real fucking dark. And I was like, I'll give it 5 more minutes. I could barely see, but I was like, hey, these deer know right when nighttime hits. Maybe I can get a buck cruising or something, crossing the field. And I gave it 5 minutes. Nothing happened. So I'm getting my stuff packed up. And I hear something. I look over in the field, and I see this dark blob running my way. I'm like, well, I think that's a deer. So I throw my gun up there. It took me forever to find him because he's running. Not running, but he's like jogging, trotting across the field. And he gets, I don't know, he gets closer to me by 80 yards away. And he's going, I'm sitting kind of in the middle of a field off on the wood line. So most of the field's to my right. And there's some trees that I'm sitting against that lead to the front end of the field. Then there's a clear cut where we cut our trees a couple years ago, and then the rest of the field. So he starts, when I finally get my gun on him and see him, it's like, oh yeah, that's a deer. He's already almost out of my range. So I see him. I look up. I try to find the antlers. There's some antlers, all right. I mean, he had a G2 about that fucking long. Big old 8-point. I think he's one of them that we got on camera. I stop him. He stops. I shoot. See the fire. It's so dark, I saw the fire come out of the... it scared the shit out of me. I've never shot a deer that like at that time. It was that night. Last shooting light was 7:06 before the time changed. 7:06. I shot at 7:11. Or around that time. So I shot technically at night. So thank God the game warden didn't come over here and figure out where where that shot came from. Shot him. I thought I hit him. He goes running off into the clear cut. I hear a big old. He goes through the thick stuff. And I hear nothing. After that, I'm like, that's usually the sign that he fell down. So I'm like excited. I'm like, fuck yeah! I think I hit him. Shot felt good. I put it right on his shoulder. I call my dad. I call my wife. Just because you don't want to go up there immediately.
Yeah.
You want to let the deer sit and die properly. Because if you spook him while he's still not dead yet, he'll try to run off. And
You'll never find him.
yeah. So you won't never find him, but you'll just
You have to track him.
track him longer.
Or never find him like the one that your daddy shot a couple years ago.
Yeah, he shot the tree.
There was blood coming out of the tree, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, that one. Okay, I thought you meant when he shot the tree. My wife, well, I'll get into this in a second, but called my wife. I called you. You didn't answer like a little bitch.
I was asleep. I passed out at 6:30 Friday.
I was excited, and I waited about 15, 20 minutes, got up, and then at that point, it's dark. So I try to go to where I think I shot him, but again, it is a dark. It's like, okay, let me just find some blood. That'd be the easiest thing to do. I'm looking, like, I think I shot him right here. Like my stand, there's a tree right here. I shot him almost right at that tree. I didn't shoot the tree, but that's how far he was to my right before he got out of my, he was almost out of my range. I can't find any blood. I'm scanning the field, going into the wood line, seeing if I could find any blood. I didn't find any. I'm like, what the fuck? I know I heard him crash. My dad was on his way that Friday night. He's like, just back out of there. We'll check him, see if we can find him in the morning. It's like, okay. So I hunted that same spot in the morning, just so I can get an early start on trying to find him. I get out there and I'm like, okay, looks like he dug into the ground here. It's just easier to see during the daytime. I think he's about right here, and tracked it. Still couldn't find any blood. I went in the fucking woods, 50, 60 yards back and forth, trying to see if he's in the thick stuff somewhere. I've shot a deer before, 5 years ago, 8-point where he didn't bleed at all. I shot him. I know we heard him crash, and I just could not find him. I finally just stumbled upon him in the woods. So that's what I was hoping for, but couldn't find him. So I did miss, apparently. But it was a big 8-point. That one stung. Not making any excuses, but it was pretty much, it was at night.
Yeah, it's hard to shoot at night if you can't see.
Yeah. I had no spotlight ready for him or anything. That's what I should have done. Throw my flashlight on
That's illegal.
Yeah, so...
so is shooting after dark, but you know.
Yeah, hey, 5 minutes.
My clock was set back. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but it was frustrating. My only big buck I saw all week. Hunted. Got back today. It's Wednesday today that we're doing this, so didn't see nothing. I mean, I saw some deer, but nothing worth shooting after that. But this one's gonna sting just because my uncle was able to get down there. He's not doing all that well, the one in Columbia. He's able to get down. He's got some health problems going on right now, and I would have loved to get a deer for him, especially that he made it down. And I couldn't do it, and that's what I'm most frustrated about, because I got to see everybody at my farm for the first time in years, probably because he was down there and they wanted to see him. It kind of felt, I always wish for the best, but you always have them feelings sometimes where
Last time everybody's going to be together.
Yeah. Like I said, seeing everybody in the same trip. So that sucks. I really wanted to get that deer for him more than anybody else. But I don't know. It was a rough one. But it happens. I changed my gun after that. I went to David's 308 that I bought from him. Shot it a couple times. It's on. It's dead on. I put a little Mountain Dew bottle on a cotton stalk from 100 yards away, and shot it on. We didn't have there ain't nothing fancy around there. Put the gun and shot it on the window on the door of my uncle's truck. Squatting down at 100 yards away, this little booty Mountain Dew bottle. I hit that thing. So, I mean, that thing's on. But I didn't get a chance to...
If you miss with it, we know it's you.
Yeah, it's me with that gun. My gun that I missed him with, my 270, I still don't know about that one, if it's actually on or not. But
Well, you should probably check those things before you get to deer stand.
yeah, I just never have time to shoot them. I may have time, but I don't want to do it by myself. Yeah. My dad's always busy.
I'll go with you one day.
Oh, good.
But
shoot myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was rough, and just hate it. I'm not gonna cry again, but just really wanted it from my uncle, and I hate that things didn't work out. Wish he would have came out 5 minutes earlier. I could have had a chance to. I think I had a better chance to shoot him, but that. I did miss a deer rally. Yes, I did.
Oh Lord, it's a damn shame.
But it was pretty much.
At least you have an
was
excuse
at night
this time.
technically, huh?
I said at least you have an excuse this time.
Yeah. So frustrating, but Panthers won on Sunday, beat the Packers. 1 week I don't cheer for the Packers. It's when they play my Panthers. I'm more of a Panther fan than I am a Packer fan, and they're above. They won. I didn't get to watch the game at all. I was hunting, and the race was going on.
You didn't miss
too.
anything.
Yeah. So 5-4. I thought that game was going to be an L. It worked out for us, and 5-4. We got the Saints this weekend, so we should be 6-4.
The Aints.
Yeah. So they done benched your boy Spencer, and they got Tyler shuck it out.
That ain't gonna help them.
Shuck it, fuck it out.
Quarterback is not the problem, but
I'm the problem. But other than that, I'm doing all right. Just tired. Waking up at 4:30 after the time change was not fun.
you got an extra hour.
I'm talking about Monday and Tuesday and today.
Oh, because it's dark until fucking
Yeah, that extra hour helped us Saturday night, but then, Sunday, Monday, and last night it didn't help me. It made it worse.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm doing all right.
Well, I guess it's the only race I watched start to finish was Sunday. We should start there. It's the most important. And we'll start at the end. At least I will. Fuck. I mean, dang. That was definitely one of the races of all time.
For Phoenix standards, I thought it was actually a pretty damn good race.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. There was some racing on the racetrack there, and that was all right. There was one dominant car, I thought, that was better than the field. That were, the obvious car to beat, and that was the 11. Qualified on the pole. Pretty much ran up front all day. Led the most laps. Had like a 2-3 second lead. Coming down to, 4 to go?
3 to go.
3 to go. And big surprise, who was it? Fucking William Byron. Guys.
You can't make this shit up.
It's always fucking William Byron. William Byron blows a right front, and 97% of the people, because there's tire problems all day, 97% of the tire problems resulted in the guy, slowing it down, getting it down on the apron, driving around, getting on pit road, no caution. The 14 was bit by it.
19.
The 19 was bit by it. 5 was bit by it.
8. 3.
There was a bunch of guys that had some tire problems. Denny had one into stage
Bowman
2. Had one. But luckily it happened under caution. That his tires started going down. But a lot of tire problems. But most of them were not severe enough to bring out the caution. But 3 to go, William Byron obviously driving his ass off, trying to go win a championship.
And it happened. Nothing he could have
Yeah,
done.
it happened. It wasn't his fault, but it just had to be him. And caution comes out. At this point, Denny's fucked because that's just it is what it is. It's kind of like South Carolina football. When it comes down to it, something's probably going to happen, and something's going to lose them the football game. And whenever Denny's in a position to win the race, especially a championship race, and something like that happens, he's probably going to get the short end of it. And lo and behold, Brad Keselowski, the 60, I think there might have been a couple more stayed out.
Bowman.
And
3 stayed out. Priest, Brad, and Bowman.
Yeah. So, and then everybody else in front of Denny took 2, which, to
Blaney,
be fair,
Larson, Chase.
I did not think was going to work.
Guys.
I thought Denny was still going to have a chance. I know he was, I think he was 5th in line. I think the 5 was 3rd in line on the top. I think Denny was 5th in line on the bottom, coming to the green, white, checkered. They were side by side at one point, I think entering 1 on the green flag lap, coming back to green. And
Coming back to green. Coming to the white.
Yeah, well, no, taking the green, they went into 1, and
Yeah,
they all fan out.
Yeah,
Denny shoved it low,
Danny.
and kind of Corey Haim situation was down there on the bottom, and just didn't quite have the grip to make it work. And Kyle had a good run off the top, and Denny kind of got boxed in. And
22 kind of.
yeah,
cut his air
22
off.
didn't cut him any favors, which I'm not saying he should have, but he didn't. And Larson goes on to win the championship, and coming to the checkered flag there, Brad kind of screwed up 3 and 4, which, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, I don't know if we were recording or not, but I really don't give a fuck. I could care less that Brad finished 2nd in this race. I doesn't bother me at all. Couldn't give a fuck any less, just because of the way that the race ended and the disappointment that I feel, because obviously I wanted Denny to win, but just the disappointment of how it worked. Because, I would have felt bad for Byron. I would have felt bad for Austin Dillon. I would have felt bad for anybody in that situation, because that's just just an awful way to lose a championship, especially when you dominate the race, got the best car. You were arguably the best car throughout the playoffs, arguably the best car throughout the regular season. It's just a devastating way to end the race. And then you couple that with all of the other heartaches and, letdowns that Denny's gone through. I know we've talked about them ad nauseum before on this podcast. I mean, the too much tape on the grill, the wrong tires on the car, that was
Truex.
That's right.
That was the same
right.
race. Yeah,
that's
Truex
right.
put the wrong tires on.
There was, what else happened to Denny? There was
2010, he choked it away.
Yeah, choked it away. Poor pit stops at certain points of championships and poor pit stops or poor races throughout playoff runs.
His last two before this, 2020 and 2021, he just didn't have a good enough car in those two races.
Yeah, which happens. Yeah. And, it is what it is. But, I've said it on this podcast before, and I know one of the guys on TikTok commented on one of our videos where I said Denny deserves to win this championship. Well, nobody deserves to win a championship. I don't think that's true. I think the 2007 Patriots...
I've seen a lot of comments like that, too.
I think the 2007 Patriots deserved the win to Super Bowl. I think they were the best team, and I think that they probably should have won that game against the Giants, and they didn't. I think the Falcons should deserve to win the Super Bowl against the Patriots about 10 years ago, whatever year is that, 2016? The Falcons and the Patriots.
2016, yeah.
There's been, I think
2015, the Panthers are way better than the Broncos.
No, that's not true. But there are certain teams that
were 15-1
that deserve to win the NFC was weak back then, but they still are. But anyways, what I'm saying is there's no doubt in my mind that Denny Hamlin deserved to win this championship. This championship was won. It was signed, sealed, delivered. It was over, and something out of his control took it from him. And we can blame Chris Gale for taking 4 tires, but in that situation, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you take 2 and Larson takes 4 and he beats you, then that's a bad call. And you take 4 and Larson takes 2 and he beats you, that's a bad call.
Or stay out.
Yeah.
Get blew by.
Yeah, boat race. I mean, hindsight being 2020, they should have done something different.
Yeah, it was the wrong call, obviously.
But you
can't blame that on
you can't blame that on the crew chief. I don't think we'd send in any 2-tire stops all day that I can think of.
Well, Briscoe and Larson did too on the
and it didn't work.
To last caution.
Now they maintained,
yeah, they were
but
like
they didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, they had the lead, both of them. Yeah. First and second, they lost it immediately to Denny and Byron.
So
I think, or maybe they were third and fourth behind Denny and Byron because they were a little further back.
I don't remember exactly how that went out, but it just sucks. Obviously, I like Denny more than most of you guys watching this. I think that's obvious. Denny's got a lot of haters. I'm not going to get into whether or not I believe that y'all should dislike Denny. That's your own prerogative. I dislike a lot of people that y'all like, and vice versa. But he's not a bad person. He's a great race car driver. He's one of the greatest of all time. And this was his championship. He had it won. And, you couple that with all the reasons why he wanted to win this championship, to prove it, right? Based on all the shit that had happened to him in the past, to win one for his dad before he passed away. There's a lot of reasons why this would have been a good story, and we talked about that a little last week, and it's disappointing that he, through no fault of his own, got it taken from him. And all credit to Kyle Larson. He went out, his team did what they had to do to win the race, or to win the championship, didn't win the race, didn't lead a lap. But they played their hand, right? The best way they could, and they won it. And, similar to Joey Logano, past couple years, those Penske cars, they got it done when other teams didn't. And, it is what it is, but that doesn't change how disappointed I am that Denny didn't win it. I felt like he deserved it. And the most disappointing part of it is having to read all the comments and having to read all the fuck you, I told you he couldn't do it, and fuck you, fuck Denny Hamlin, fuck that guy, he sucks, he'll never win one, he's not good. That shit is ridiculous to me. Kicking a man while he's down. I get it. I talk shit too. It is what it is. I'm not mad at you, but like, come on, man. This guy is laying his heart out there, laying his health on the line, laying his body on the line to go out there and entertain you guys. And he's going through a hard time with his dad right now, and he's getting up there in age, doesn't know how many shots he's going to have at this, and all you guys can think to say is, ha, right? Kick a man while he's down. And I just don't understand it. It kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, but I understand that that's the internet and that's just how you guys are. And, it is what it is in that aspect. But, I hate it for Denny because, he reads that shit or sees that shit. And whether or not he gets out of the car and talks shit to the fans or not and gives it back to you, you'd have to think that bothers him. And everybody wants to be liked, whether or not they say that they do or not. And Denny is not well liked, and I don't really understand why. I think he is the epitome of a NASCAR driver. I think he's one of the most important NASCAR drivers, especially right now, but maybe of my lifetime. Won everything there is to win, dominated every race there is to dominate, and come as close as you can to reaching the pinnacle, and for whatever reason just hasn't been able to get it done. And I picked the Carl Edwards car here today because this one reminds me a lot of Joey Logano turning the 19 car at Homestead about 10 years ago.
2016.
And how disappointed Carl was.
He said, fuck the sport, I'm out.
And I think it's worse for Denny because he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't block a guy down to the infield. He didn't, make a mistake. He was dominating this race. This race was won. It was over.
Well, Carl Edwards did the same thing. He dominated that race.
Sure, but he did block Joey Logano down to the infield and, kind of wreck himself. But, it is what it is on that. But this race was over, and Denny had it won, and, something out of his control took it away from him, and it sucks. And it sucks mostly because, like I said, he had a lot of really good reasons to win this race and a lot of sentimental reasons to win this race, and I was rooting for him because I feel like he deserved it. And it sucks when guys like that you feel like deserve something don't get what they deserve. The good things never happen to them. It's always other people that get the roses when, they deserve it. It's, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And Mark Martin was that way. And Denny's that way too. And it just sucks because Mark was well liked. At least people would say, oh, you'll get him next time, bud. Nobody's saying that to Denny, right? His fans are.
Mark was a more likable character than Denny.
Well, and that's fine. But Dale Earnhardt wasn't likable, but he was liked. And I don't really even see. I know why Chase Elliott fans don't like Denny. Granted, that was again 10 years ago that all that happened. I get it. Race car drivers have long memories, and so do fans. I get it, but
Jeff Gordon fans don't like Brad Keselowski.
Exactly. I mean, I get it.
I still don't forgive him.
I get it, but I mean, it's Denny's well liked by his peers.
Oh yeah, you can.
And
see that.
he's respected by his peers, and you can tell that because Kyle Larson said that he feels bad for Denny for not winning the championship. They were doing the media session, and the 24 comes in and taps Denny on the shoulder and says, "I'm sorry, man." Like, you don't do that to a guy that you don't respect. You don't do that to a guy you don't like.
Especially if you're racing for a championship.
Especially, yeah. And everybody, I think everybody in the industry that isn't on the 5 team, isn't on the 24 team, and isn't on
19.
the 19 team wanted Denny to win this championship, was rooting for him. And, just because you don't like him, you can talk all the shit on Instagram and, whatever you want to. That it is what it is. But that says more to me about Denny than anything that you guys will post on this video, because I know I'm going to get reamed for this. But, Denny deserved to win this championship. And I'm going to say this, and I'm half joking, half true, but I'm taking the UCF outlook to this. Denny Hamlin is the champion of the NASCAR series this year. This race was won by Denny Hamlin, and it was taken from him by a stupid gimmick that I have talked about on this podcast 100 times that it doesn't need to exist. The green-white checkered finish is a travesty of motorsports racing. It's awful. It has ruined a million races, and it just ruined somebody's probably one and only or last chance to win a championship. And it's ridiculous that we can have a wreck at the end of the race and it change everything. And Denny Hamlin is the rightful championship for the NASCAR Cup Series this year. He just doesn't have the trophy.
That was a lot by you. Obviously, I'm not the biggest Denny Hamlin fan. I'm not a fan of his really at all. But I've come around to respect him a lot and to pay attention to his opinions on things and everything on the sport, because a lot of the time I agree with him on certain things of the sport and everything. And on Sunday, I obviously wasn't rooting for him. I really didn't care at the end who won this championship. I just wanted the rightful driver to win this championship, and that was Denny. So didn't really want that caution to happen with Byron. I was like, Denny's finally going to get himself one. I'm happy for him. He deserved it. He had the best car all day for the most part after stage one. Byron passed him on stage one. Blaney got him. I think Blaney was the second best car all day. Blaney just couldn't get going on restarts, which ironically he won the race on a restart, so that was kind of funny. But I think Blaney and Denny were the best 2 cars all day. And at the end, I think Denny probably did have a little bit better car than Blaney. Although Blaney did had to pass a few guys, Larson, Byron, Briscoe. Got them all passed and was second when Denny was coming to 3 to 4 to go. He was too far back, but it was close between the 11 and the 12. But out of the championship guys, Denny Hamlin was the best one after stage one, and that whole sequence, I was heartbroken for Denny. Like Toyota, Denny Hamlin, JGR, and it makes me sick to say this, but I wanted him to win the championship. I wanted JGR to win a NASCAR championship. Toyota, Denny Hamlin, because they deserved it. They earned it. And it didn't happen for him. And all the things that's going on with him, I know it really shouldn't play a factor into who you're cheering for, but everybody has a heart. Everybody has feelings, and you get that type of storyline. If you have a heart, you kind of feel for him. You kind of root for him in that situation, because it's like, man, that's a tough situation. I want them to get some joy out of what they're going through right now. And considering Denny's been here for 20 years and hadn't got a championship yet, and he's been close a few times and hadn't got it done, and he still didn't get it done. So it's like, man, that was
no fault of his own.
That was hard to watch. And Denny did everything he could. Obviously the pit call was wrong. Monday morning quarterbacking. Clearly it was the wrong decision by Chris Gale, but I don't blame him for doing it. People said that, 11 somebody should have told Chris Gale, or when they're coming out of the pit stall, they had the first one, or the last one, sorry. The last one leaving, not the last one.
Pit stall number one.
Pit stall number one. People said, you saw the 5 take 2, they should have audibled real quick and took in 2. Well, air pressure adjustments, and you're planning on taking 4. They are planning on taking 4. It's hard to do a last second call to say, hey, let's take 5's taking 2, let's take 2. It knocks the whole pit crew off when they're in the middle of coming to a middle stop when they're thinking they're about to take 4 tires here. Just kind of it could cause more problems. They could have a bad 2-tire pit stop because Chris Gale 5 seconds before he comes into the pit stall says, audible, 2, and then the guys kind of get jarred by the decision. It's like, oh, okay, we're just taking 2. It just kind of messes with their mind. It's like a quarterback, their offensive coordinator saying, okay, we're going to do curl routes here. And then 5 seconds left in the play clock, they say, change it, run it, draw play. That's going to mess the quarterback up. It's going to mess everybody up. So I don't blame them for sticking with their guns. It was the wrong decision. You got to live with it. But I hate that it came down to that, because that's why this one race championship is just dumb, and we haven't seen it affect this way since probably 2021, where Larson beat Truex and Denny off pit road to win the championship that year, because he probably only had the third best car, second best car maybe. Truex had the best car. He should have won the championship that year based off the format. Larson deserved to and should have won the championship that year because he won 11 races or 10 races or whatever it was. So, that was hard to watch. And, that's coming from me, from a person that does not like Toyota, does not like Joe Gibbs, and not a huge fan of Denny Hamlin. I've learned to respect him. And, he's not first on my hit list. That was hard to watch, and I hate that it came down to that. But Larson did a good job on the last restart to do what he had to do, and got a great restart, and didn't allow Denny to kind of rattle his cage and see that 11 car in his mirror and be like, oh shit. Larson drove his ass off, had a great turn 2. If they would have passed, get on the outside of the 48. I know it's his teammate. I'm sure he gave him all the room he could in the world. But he had to get in there and drive it the way he did to get on the outside of the 48 to be able to make that happen. And, he got stuck up in traffic, and there went Larson. And
I'm sure the 48 didn't make it too hard on Larson either.
No, he didn't. I'm sure he didn't.
Which nor should he?
No, that's kind of you could kind of, if you want to kind of say that, I'd be interested to see on why they stayed out. RFK guys stayed out. They had no business, or they had no dog in the fight in any of this. And the 48, he stayed out too. I think their last race of the season, they got nothing to lose. They're just trying to win the race, and I get it. And I don't know. It's you could kind of say it's race manipulation, just getting a teammate in there to. But he could have screwed Larson. If Larson
tires,
runs in the back of him, and Larson goes up the track and loses a whole bunch of positions. Like, I don't think that was the 48 did that to help the 5 out, because that's one more car that Larson has to get through on the restart. So I don't think it was race manipulation at all. So just frustrating on the way this ended, the way this championship ended, because Larson earned the championship. Based off the format, he had the most points all year. Off of anybody, with stage points and race points and everything. So you can't say he's not a deserving champion, but in this race, off this format, you probably would say that Denny Hamlin deserves it more than Larson. Double the wins, won multiple races in the playoffs. Larson hadn't won since early May at Kansas. But, it's not like this is not a Joey Logano situation last year. It's not a Ryan Blaney situation in 2023, in my opinion, where a guy that had like a 17th place average finish gets hot and wins some races off some luck and gets helped by somebody getting disqualified to get him in another round. And then Phoenix, he deserved it, won the race fair and square. It's like you leave a bad taste in your mouth that way. It's a different bad taste in your mouth this way. It's just like the guy had the championship won, a caution happens, and then he doesn't get a chance to get it back, and a guy that ran 5th to 6th all day finishes 3rd based off taking a lucky gamble on 2 tires and was able to hold off the 11 to win the championship. It's just a different type of feeling. It still leaves a bad taste in your mouth based off the race, but Larson is a deserving champion. Like I said, he earned the most points this year at anybody. So he had 7 top 5s in the playoffs. That's very impressive. It's just the way it happened is what a lot of people on social media are having a problem with. Like, he had no business winning that championship based off this format, based off how his car was on Sunday, and based off who was going to win the championship. And it was just a big old clusterfuck at the end. Like, it just, when the champion says, I don't know how we won that championship, I feel bad for Denny, we don't know how to feel right now, that's a problem. Like, you don't see the Super Bowl champions say, man, I feel bad for those guys. I don't even feel like, it doesn't feel right that they lost. That's kind of what Larson was saying. He's like, we won. Don't know how we did it. Didn't have the best car, didn't lead a lap, but hey, everything worked.
In my lap.
It fell in his lap, but he had to go out there and earn it. I'm
not. Hey, Larson did what Larson had to do, and I'm not trying to take any credit away from the 5 team. They took advantage of the situation, same way Joey Logano took advantage of situations that he was put in last year. The problem is the situation should never exist. It should not exist that a driver dominate the race and based on a caution with 3 to go that you restack the field, drive him around for 15 minutes, re-rack the field, extend the race, and make him go out and do it again. A race is set to a certain mileage,
my son,
and it should end at that mileage. The Indy 500 ends under yellow all the time, and nobody ever says a damn thing about who wins the Indy 500 under yellow. Why? Because that race is 500 miles of balls to the wall, 215, 220, 230 mile an hour action, and the winner of that race is leading with 2 to go, and the caution comes out. Congratulations. You've won the race.
Yeah.
And nobody ever says, oh, well, asterisks. James Hinchcliffe won it under caution. Takuma Sato won it under caution. Ryan Hunter-Reay won it under caution. And I'm just throwing names out. I don't know if they won it under caution or not.
With the entertaining factor, because Time out. One more thing. Nobody ever gives a fuck that Dale Earnhardt Sr. won the 1998 Daytona 500 under caution. In that car.
Nobody gives a fuck about that. But for some reason, we have to win these races under green or it doesn't count. It doesn't make any sense.
I agree with you for the most part. I don't hate the green-white checkered as much as a lot of people. Because people go there, they want to see a green flag finish. Winning a championship under caution.
So let me ask you this.
I know it doesn't. It's not that it's not. It's not that it's not right because obviously he was in front.
It's not
racing. Couple to go. You're not racing around the track on the last lap and seeing if the guys would have a chance. But also, I think that. It's like the World Series this past week. It's like the Blue Jays get off to a 10-0 lead or 10-2 lead or whatever on the Dodgers. Top of the ninth, the Dodgers don't do anything, and the MLB's like, "Whoa, wait a minute, we're going to extra innings." Blue Jays clearly should win this game. But for entertaining purposes, we're gonna pause the action, make them
0-0.
0-0. That's where NASCAR and stick and ball sports are different. A team gets off to a big lead, unless that other team plays amazing the last few minutes, they're not gonna come back and win the game. And NASCAR, all it takes is a caution out of the guy that's leading's control to just change the whole outcome and make an overtime finish. That's where I do agree with you on that. But also, I feel like you want the racing to end on the green if possible, because this is not NASCAR pace laps. This is NASCAR racing.
Sure.
Like, you want to see a green flag finish if you can help it. I would like to see them go to maybe one, not unlimited, because that's just ridiculous. Camera shut off, so I don't know exactly where it cut off at, but I just feel like race fans sometimes, and NASCAR feels like they owe it to their fans to try to see a green flag finish. And, even though it's scheduled distance, caution happens 3-4 to go. They want to be able to see some racing for the win at the end.
There's two ways to fix this. Quit counting caution laps altogether.
Could do that.
Which they're never going to do because the races will take too long.
Especially with the stages.
Either quit counting caution laps or quit running green flag or green white checkers. There's.
I get it. By the way, I mostly. I'm
No
getting
reason.
around to your reason.
There's
of
no reason to
green
do
flag
it. There's
or
no
green, white
reason
checkers
to do it.
Overtimes or whatever.
Especially, I started coming around to this at Daytona and Talladega, mostly. But what was it last year that Kyle Busch should have won the Daytona 500? Or was it 2 years ago?
I think it was.
That he was leading, the caution came out.
Yeah, he passed the RFK guys.
Yeah.
I think it was 2020.
And the race it should have been
I think
his,
it was 2
and we
years
had
ago.
the same conversation.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason to have that go on. There's no reason to have this be the end of your championship. And I was going somewhere very important with this, and now I can't fucking think about it.
I hate when that happens.
The green-white checkered finish is strictly entertainment. It's not to make sure the guy that's most deserving of the win of the race wins the race. And I don't want my champion to be decided by a gimmick. Yeah. And when you have a gimmicky race format with the stages and the yellows and the stage points, you have a gimmicky playoff format, and both of those things bite the deserving, you could say whether or not, the guy that earned the championship in the ass to take it away from him. It makes it feel like a Mickey Mouse championship. It makes it feel like unearned. And you guys, the same people that are going to sit here and tell me Kyle Larson won this championship fair and square, are the same motherfuckers that were complaining about it when Joey won it last year. And that's been our point this whole time, is this playoff format puts NASCAR in this position. Let me ask you a question, and I want you to answer it. And hopefully you guys, if this is posted on TikTok, YouTube, or fucking, Pornhub.com, I don't give a fuck. Put your comments in there. I want to read them. How would you feel if we get back to the yellow flag, or we get back to the white flag, and another wreck happens, and they have to go back to a scoring loop to decide who won the championship? That would suck.
Yeah,
that would be awful.
Yeah.
Who won the championship? I don't know. Let's go fucking look at the camera to see where you were on the last scoring loop before the caution came out. Or, well, I guess it would be at the time of caution since it's the white flag lap. Where were you when the caution came out? On the white flag lap. Let's see. Well, they're side by side. Let's get the fucking tape measure out. Or they're both in the wreck at time of caution. All four championship drivers are in the caution. Who wins the championship then? The highest finisher. You have to decide who's the highest finisher. At that point, you got four guys out of the race.
Well, luckily,
who wins the championship?
We don't have to deal with that no more.
We'll see. We'll see. They're changing the format. We don't know what.
Yeah.
They could be. It's still a one race fucking champion. But it's 13 races now. For all we know.
My only argument for green white checkers is a guy is catching another guy, and he's catching him by a whole bunch of tenths.
And he needs 505 miles instead of 500 to win the race.
But he is catching him. It's going to be a hell of a finish, and then you get a caution with 2 to go.
Are you going to beat him at 500?
He's about to get inside of him.
Are you going to beat him at 500?
If the caution doesn't happen, more than likely, yeah. But because You don't get a green, white, checkered. You don't get to see it happen. The better car at the end of the race doesn't win the race. That's the only.
So
that's
you have
the
to
argument that I have.
So there's obviously an upside and there's obviously a downside. The upside to that is, maybe the guy is 3 seconds a lap faster. He just ran him down from a mile back,
like gas
and he got
races
inside of him when the caution came out, and he was obviously going to pass him.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe we want to see that guy have a chance to win the race.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you've got Denny Hamlin with a 3-second lead with 3 laps to go on a 1.5-mile track, and he could put it in fucking reverse and win the race.
Put it reverse, Terry.
And he gets it fucking ripped from his hands. He gets the fucking victory, or he gets defeat snatched from the claws of victory.
There you go. Turn into me over here. Can't get it right.
And it's ridiculous. The best way to fix this is to make it to where, let's see here. We're going to start counting points at Daytona, and we get it at Phoenix. The guy with the most points wins. Then this wouldn't matter. Because guess what? You had 35 other chances to figure it out.
And Denny Hamlin would not be the champion.
And he wouldn't be. He wouldn't be the deserving champion.
Yeah.
But guess what? Under this format, he was. He was. He had the race won, he had the championship won, and he had defeat snatched from the jaws of victory.
So what is the difference? Because you were so excited last year about Joey winning it, when clearly he was not the best car all year. Granted, he did win the race. He didn't have the better car than Blaney, but he got out in front of Blaney, and Blaney just couldn't pass him at the end. What is the difference between Kyle Larson, and you're so upset with this, what is the difference between what happened last year with Joey and Blaney this year with Denny
because
and Larson for you?
Joey executed. He went out and he won the... Well, he didn't win the race.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He won the race. He went out and won the race that he had to win. He executed. He did what he had to do, and he beat those other guys.
Now, all the things leading up to that, can you agree that with a lot
of
luck...
Sure, I said it last year. Like, hey, there's probably some...
Fuel mileage at Vegas. Bowman getting disqualified at the Roval to get him in.
Sure.
A win in Atlanta.
Everybody had a...
That's a monumental luck right there.
Sure. Every championship that's ever been won has had some luck play into it.
But that was like over the top.
But, you can think back to the first chase.
Jeff Gordon won that championship.
When Kurt Busch is pitting and his fucking tire falls off.
But it rolls off into the line of the track, so you got to throw the caution.
Lucky.
Yes.
Lucky.
But he had 9 races of evidence to put him in that position.
But that's my point. Yeah, Joey Logano was really lucky. But people have been lucky before and won some championships.
Not that lucky.
And Kyle Larson was very fucking lucky. Very lucky that caution came out, because he would have finished in 3rd or 4th. I don't remember the running order. 3rd or 4th in the championship. But William Byron blows a tire. Yippee. Fuck that guy. I said anybody but Byron. At least I got that part of my wish. Blows a tire. Granted, the 5 team made a great pit stop. They had a great pit call. The restart played out in his hands. He went out and won it. Not taking anything away from the 5 team. But the 11 car deserved to win the race. The 11,
which entailed would give
win
him
the championship.
Yeah,
every race we show up to, I don't care if it's the fucking Meineke Car Care fucking 100 in the ARCA fucking Menard series at fucking Berlin Speedway. I don't give a fuck. The car that deserves to win the race should win the race.
But in NASCAR, a lot of times it doesn't happen.
Because of the gimmicks.
The difference is it changed the outcome of a championship. I think that's your problem.
But it's because of the gimmicks that it doesn't happen all the time in NASCAR. Back in the day, most of the time, unless you did something stupid, the car that deserved to win the race won the race. Most of the time.
I wouldn't say most of the time.
I would say it was way more frequent than it is now. How often does the best car win the race in NASCAR now? 50% of the time? Maybe.
It is probably a little higher now than it used to be, but it still happened quite a bit back in the day.
Listen, I know everybody's on here going to kill me. The 5 team did what they had to do. I'm not taking any away from. They are the champions. But they are not the rightful champions. They didn't deserve the championship under this format. And the only way, the best way to determine a champion in a sport like racing, where everybody is out there for every race for 36 times a year, is to go out there and start racing at Daytona and finish it at the last race of the year, whether that be Phoenix, Homestead, or Anderson Motor Speedway. And the guy with the most points at the end of the year wins the championship. Then there is zero argument over who the best driver was all year. There's none. You cannot have this discussion. It is not, you cannot have it. But when this shit happens, because we're going to talk about it here in a minute, and we're going to talk about it here in a minute when it comes to the Xfinity Series, the deserving champion in that series didn't win it either. Probably either the least or the second least deserving driver in that series won the championship. A guy that won 1.5 races during the regular season that I don't even think was in the owner's championship.
I don't think he was.
It's ridiculous, and hopefully it changes next year. But it's still, if it does change to if it changes to another version of the elimination style playoffs, you're still going to have a guy at the end of the year that wins a fuel mileage race in the round of 8, whatever it might be, and gets into that last 3 race, 5 race, whatever round it is, and goes on a heater and wins a championship. And people are going to say, well, he didn't win anything all year. He didn't deserve to be there. He lucked into it. But Joey Logano lucked into that race at Darlington and got his way into the next round. And there he goes. He finished 5th twice, and the other guys blew up, and there he is, the champion.
It'd be a little different, though, because you'd have to do it for 4 straight races.
Sure.
Like, that would,
but
I would even
still,
be like, yeah.
The argument is going to be there. Because the argument's there for Tony Stewart.
And I will say this, NASCAR fans will never be happy. No matter what.
If they do a 36-race fucking playoff.
No, you'll have people that complain about it, that it's too boring and nothing.
Fuck you, don't watch. Guess where NASCAR...
A guy like Chris Rebel or Chase Elliott, is consistent all year, wins a couple races.
Guess when NASCAR was the most popular.
The second to last race of the season.
When was NASCAR the most popular?
2013.
No. No. It was when they were doing
the early 2000s.
Yeah, when they were doing the 36 race or the chase.
You done talking about it?
I guess.
Last thing I'll say.
Fuck William Byron.
Last thing I'll say is, we've done this playoff for, this is the 11th year, 12th year. The only couple guys that deserved the championship, if you take 36 races into account, is Truex 17. You could argue Kyle Busch in 19. Larson in 21. That's probably it. Now, Larson this year, like I said, earned the most points throughout the whole season. He beat William Byron by 14 points. Now, I get that Byron probably drives that race differently because he was going in there leading. If this is a 36 race stages and everything playoff. But, that's hard to say. But only 3 or 4 guys out of this 11, 12-year history of the elimination won the championship. Got hiccups again.
Did it work?
No.
Lord of Saddam, Shane.
Go ahead. Get what next?
Well, what about Connor Zilic?
That's right. We ain't talking. God damn. Gosh darn. I mean.
He deserved to win the
Saturday,
championship too. Fuck the 2 car.
Yeah. I was 2 for 3 in my picks this week.
You were.
And Larson ruined it at the end. Although I didn't pick Denny. I picked Byron. But anyway, they got the Xfinity one on Saturday, which I was proud of. got Jesse Love. That was the underdog, and I got him right. And it just reminded me of 2022 a lot of when JRM had 3 cars in the Final Four, and Ty Gibbs won it. This year, same thing. Carson, fuck, I do that all the time. Carson Quaffle, Justin Allgaier, and Connor Zillich for Junior Motorsports. In with Jesse Love, SER. SER. Who the fuck is that team? RCR. And he won the race fair and square. He had the best car at the end of the day. Started off kind of rough. Justin was probably his stiffest competition. Connor was the 3rd best car all day. 4th best car, put in Eric Almirola. But that is what worried me about Connor, because he didn't really have the speed in the spring. Phoenix seems like a track that doesn't fit his driving style all that well, and it proved to be true on Saturday night. Just didn't quite have the car to get it done. Jesse Love, like I said, he almost won this race last year. That's why I picked him, and he went out there and earned it, man. Not saying he deserved to win the championship, but he earned to win that race. And this race, to me, is just like Joey Logano last year at Phoenix. Like, he wasn't the best car all year, but he showed out at the right time and won the race fair and square. And he did no bullshit to dump the 7 or the 88 or something like that to win the race. No, he earned it. He passed all those guys, and he pulled away from them like Denny did at the end on Sunday's race. So, congratulations to Jesse Love. I think he's a hell of a talent. He's 20 years old, 2nd year in the Xfinity Series, getting his first championship. It obviously Connor deserved to win this championship based off what he done all year. 10 wins, 9 of them where he finished the race. He won. He got credited for that Daytona win with Parker Kligerman, but still 9 wins by himself. Is hell of impressive. Nobody was even close to that. I think the next guy was 3 or 4 wins, and it sucks for Connor. But based off this format, Jesse Love earned it and had the best car at the end, and nobody could touch him. So I don't like it, but it is what it is. I mean, it's what this format is. And that's why it's changing because of Saturday, and you could argue Sunday too.
Yeah. From what I saw Saturday, it seemed like the 7 was the car to beat.
The first half of the race.
Yeah, and I fell asleep after that. So,
Jesse Love was the best car the second half.
And Love was struggling when I was watching.
Yeah, he sucked first.
He was pissed. He was coming over the radio like, this thing sucks. What am I doing wrong? Help me out here. And I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say those exact words, but he's running like 12th, 13th. And it was not going good for him. It was the 7 and the 88 that were kind of battling up there at the front. And obviously the 19 was good. The Quaffle team there, they weren't great either. The 1, but I'm not as upset that Jesse Love won it. Obviously, I don't think he was the deserving champion. Y'all can kill me in the comments on that as well if you want to. But the deserving champion was the 88. He won fucking 37 races this year. Probably should have won 38, but it's this format. It's what we're racing under right now. It's going to change, hopefully, for the better. We'll see what NASCAR decides, but we'll see. But not trying to take anything away from him either. But the 88 deserved the championship this year. He's the rightful champion of the Xfinity Series. He should be the champion of the Xfinity Series. He had the best year, and I think you have to give the fucking championship trophy to the guy that had the best year in a motorsport, where it's about consistency. It's about showing up at the racetrack and doing what you can do. So
what? It seems like you're kind of upset. What's the difference between this and Logano last year? It's almost the same thing.
Well, like I've always been against the playoffs.
Yeah.
I've always been against that, and I was happy that Joey won it. Number one, because I like Joey, and kind of similar to the reason I wanted Denny to win it is because I want people to shut the fuck up about these guys, because these guys are what makes the sport entertaining.
Nobody will shut up about Joey until he wins the championship, where he is the top 2 or 3
He
best
got
cars all
3
year.
of them.
And all 3 of them, you could say he was not the best driver, top 3 driver all year.
Sure.
That's why people shit on Joey Logano. That's why I shit on Joey Logano.
Maybe.
Not taking anything away from him. He's a 3-time champion.
But
that's hell of impressive. Doesn't mean he necessarily deserves those championships.
So when I was growing up, I hated Jeff Gordon. I hated Tony Stewart. I hated Ryan Newman. I hated all those guys that got out of the car and bitched and moaned and maybe got into your guy once or twice or moved a guy out of the way, or, I hated those guys that won all the time, But now, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing those guys are what makes the sport interesting. I don't have to root for them. I'm not a Kyle Busch fan, but he makes it interesting.
Yeah. He does.
I'm not really even a Denny Hamlin fan, but he makes it interesting. And I'm not a Joey Logano fan, but he makes it interesting. If everybody out there was Chris Buescher, which I am a fan of,
me too,
it'd be kind of boring. And, everybody hates all these guys that are opinionated and maybe a little rough around the edges, but without them, you got fucking 43 Matt Kenseths. You're going to be wanting a guy out there to ruffle some feathers. And that's what Joey Logano is, so I kind of wanted him to win just to fucking piss people off, to be honest with you, because just shut the fuck up and enjoy the product. Enjoy it for what it is, or don't. But don't hate a guy for going out there doing what he's paid to do, which is win races. Don't hate a guy for giving you his opinion when you asked him for his opinion. I'm not going to get mad at Sam Mayer for getting out of the car last week, and I said it on his podcast. I'm not mad at Sam Mayer for getting out of the car last week and said, yeah, fuck Jeb Burton. The guy's a bitch. He ain't got the it factor. He's got the shit factor. I don't agree with him. I don't like the guy per se. But good on you, Sam Mayer, for saying what you believe. It's the same thing with the rest of these guys. You don't have to agree with what they say, but at least respect the fact that they're willing to say it. That's the only reason I root for those Joey Loganos and the Denny Hamlins, because you guys hate them for no reason.
Trucks on Friday. I forgot about this race.
Did they have a race?
Yeah, they did. Corey Heim wins it. Had the best truck all night. Tom Majeski was a close second, along with Lane Riggs.
And from what I saw, probably should have won the race towards the end there.
He took tires, I think, when Corey and them didn't the second to last caution. That's why he passed all of them, I believe. That's why he kind of was going to win the race till that late caution happened. There was a whole bunch of cautions in that race.
That last caution was, I'll get into that the last episode, or the last part of this episode.
But, had a crazy finish. Tom Majeski took 2. Stop me if you heard this one before. Corey Heim took 4. So Ty was ahead of him. And Corey Heim had the greatest turn 1 and 2 in Phoenix history, I believe, passing. There were 7 wide going in the middle of 1 and 2. Passed pretty much all of them. Got beside Tom Majeski. And then that's when that caution happened. And it allowed Corey to, on the restart, was second, right beside Ty. He clearly, better truck, fresher tires, fresher left side tires. And he just drove off from Ty and won the race and the championship, 12th win of the season. Historic year for Corey Heim. Glad he got it. Don't like the guy, but I can respect his season, and I'm glad he won it. He was deserving champion. If anybody else had won that championship, it would be a travesty to the sport. And luckily, one of the races this weekend worked in the deserving champion's favor, and that would be Corey Haim. So I missed the first half of this race looking for my deer. So I got to the place where I stay at, when I hunt, changed my clothes, got back in the truck, went to Buffalo Wild Wings to get something to eat.
I ate there with you.
And, yeah.
Watched Jeremy Clements lose a race, win a race, then lose a race, then win a race.
Yeah, and I sit down, and tons of TVs at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I see the truck race on with like 70, 80 to go. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this race was on, just because all the stuff I was dealing with, frustrated about not finding my deer yet and everything going on. I forgot all about the race. So I didn't see any of the first part of it. Same thing with the Xfinity race on Saturday. I didn't really see any of the first part of it because I was hunting. But, yeah, I'm glad Corey won it. He deserves it. Glad he got it done, and he can kind of move on now from that. He's a champion, a rightful champion, and, yeah, I was happy for him. He definitely was the rightful person to hold that trophy on Friday night.
Well, let's get into the second
hour and a half in.
The second part of this podcast.
Well, your quick overview on the Truck Series.
I have no idea. All I know is Corey won it, and good for him because he deserved it. And whoever that guy was that blew a tire and ran around there for 47 laps waiting on a caution to come out, you're a fucking jackass. That's all I got to say.
When was that?
So the last caution of the race was because somebody blew a tire and ran around there.
The last caution of the race was when they were on the 7 wide, because that wasn't the last restart. What was it? They clipped. Was it when did that caution happen?
If I'm not mistaken, the last caution of the race.
It was an overtime restart.
Yeah, and the caution that brought out the overtime, was somebody blew a tire and just kept driving around there.
I think that was the second to last caution, because they wrecked on the restart when Corey went 7 wide on them.
Okay, well then it was the caution that brought out the
guy that stayed out. I think was it when somebody clipped the inside wall. I don't know if that was the last caution, but somebody clipped the inside wall going into 3 and 4, went up the track and wrecked half the field. Not half the field, but like a decent amount of cars.
So yeah, the caution I guess that started the green-white checkers.
Yeah, it had to be that one.
Was the tire? Somebody blew a tire and drove around there, waiting for a caution.
I think I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember it. But
yeah, fuck 'em.
Yeah, second segment of the day. Denny Hamlin, obviously, after the race, was very distraught, very emotional. So looked defeated, man. He probably definitely deserved to win the race and win the championship based off this format. Didn't get it done. And after the race, even on the media availability on Monday at Phoenix for the award ceremony, he's like, I don't want anything about race cars right now. I just got to take some time and everything. And, people are wondering if he might pull a Carl Edwards and not come back like Carl did last year. So
it was Connor Mozak.
Oh, Connor Mozak. Yeah, Corey's going to win it. Oh, yeah, I do remember that now. I mean, he had some problems.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he kept driving around there. But, whatever. Anyways.
But, yeah, so...
Well, I will say this.
Then he said, he's got a contract. Obviously, he's got 2 more years left on his contract. His plan is to race next year, but he can't really even think about that right now. He's just struggling it's going to take him some time to get over this. He thinks he probably will race next year, but right now he said if the season started tomorrow, he's saying pretty much the season started soon, he probably wouldn't drive. He wouldn't race again. So people are wondering if Denny will hang it up at the end of the year.
Well, I mean, like I said, I compared it to Carl Edwards. He had a really bad beat. Just like I had a bad beat. I was going to bring this up on You Can't Do That, but I'll do it now. I had a bad beat this weekend on my bets. I did a parlay Saturday. I had South Carolina to not cover the spread. We didn't. I had Vandy to cover the spread. They scored a touchdown to get it within 3. Mm-hmm. It was 3.5. Hit on that. You know what else I had?
What?
I had Georgia to cover 8.5. They took a knee at the 1 yard line to go up by 10 at the end of the race. Or at the end of the fucking game. Fuck you, Gunnar Stockton. Score the goddamn touchdown. I'd be fucking $48 richer right now. But anyway.
Woohoo, 48.
Anyway.
Go Alex Bowman.
Yeah, Carl Edwards had a bad beat. Denny had a bad beat. And
What'd you do that on?
I don't know what you're talking about. But, yeah, I mean, I get it, man. I mean, hell, I can't tell you how many times you and I have been playing college football together and we lose a fucking ACC championship or, playoff game. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I'm not playing this shit no more. So could you imagine?
That's you.
Could you imagine being fucking cock length away from winning a NASCAR Cup Series Championship?
That's a big cock.
From realizing your life's dream and having it fucking ripped out of your hands, out of your grasp by no fault of your own? You probably wouldn't want to come back and do it the next day. So I get it. And, if it did start tomorrow, I wouldn't expect any to want to be there. But he does have a contract, and I think he should fulfill his contract. However, I will say this. I did say at the beginning of the year, this was his last year at JGR.
Different way of doing it, but you could be right.
I did say that. Now, if I'm right,
that is
a hell of a guess.
That is a
but no,
I think you were talking to me about that before the year started. He's going to dominate the championship race and lose it because off some bullshit. You just never spoke it on the air.
Exactly, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But no, obviously I want Denny to come back. I want him to come back because I want him to win a championship. And he's still probably if he's not the best driver in the field, he's top 5. And
he had 6 wins this year, yeah.
He's
most out of anybody.
He's good enough to win any week at any racetrack in any car. And if he comes back and next year, maybe it's his year. Maybe, this is his Job season and he's being tested and maybe you just keep the faith and keep going and you get the job done eventually. Maybe that's what's going on here. I don't know. Good Lord's got a plan for everybody, and maybe this is just part of his plan, that then he's got to go through 30 fucking years of heartache before he gets his one triumphant moment. I don't know. But I want him to come back. I want him to stay in that 11 car. I want him to persevere and show some perseverance and some strength through the tough times, and I think he will. I think right now it's still fresh, and I think he's hurting, obviously, understandably, and I think come February he's going to be itching to get back in the car and go out there and get the job done. Unlike Carl, I think Carl was kind of tired of racing anyway. And
I don't know exactly when they announced the stages and stuff, because that was the last year of no stage racing. But Carl had said,
he had already known.
He had to.
I'm sure doing this shit no more.
Yeah, and he hated the idea of that. He said that at Daytona in the media center, like 2012, 2013, like we're going to stop it halfway and reset the people, and if somebody's got like a 10-second lead, we're going to stop them and let everybody catch back up.
Exactly
like that's
the one
not
you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like that's not racing. I don't want that. And obviously how that happened in 2016, and then stage racing's about to come in.
Fuck
he's like,
this
you know
shit,
what, fuck
I'm
this
out.
shit. So that could be, just everything convoluting, or what's that word?
Compiling
for Carl to say fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. I don't think Denny's done. I don't think it will be. We have not seen the last of Denny Hamlin in the 11 car in the Cup Series. I think he will come back. It's going to take some time, though. It's like anything, you deal with something that you feel like was rightfully yours, and like you said, it gets snatched away from you for no fault of your own. It's going to sting for a long time, and I don't think Denny Hamlin will ever get over this, especially if he never wins the championship. This was his moment. This was his year. This was his race.
This is the 1990 Buffalo Bills.
And
I mean, these guys were in the championship every year, just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, but so I think Denny will come back, but I don't blame him for saying what he's saying. Like I'm the same way. When Clemson lost the national championship to Alabama in 2015, I didn't want to think.
Roll Tide.
I didn't want to, as a fan, as a Clemson fan, I did not want to think about football for months because how bad that stung. And we had never, in my lifetime, they won the championship in 1981.
Cheated for it.
Breaking news, I was not alive yet. So that was the first time seeing my team go all the way and then coming up a fucking dick length short of winning a championship. I was just, like I said, that's the same year the Panthers made to the Super Bowl. So that made it a little easier on myself to still watch football, because the Panthers were so good. But that one killed me for months. Like I said, I was just a fan of it. So if you're actually part of the team or the driver of it happening to you, I can't imagine what that's like. It'd be fucking awful. So, I don't blame Denny for what he's saying, and, need some time to think this over and think about his priorities. And, he's got a lot of stuff on his mind personally, and, he's got to go up there and go to the awards banquet because he finished top 4 in points. So, he's in the championship 4, so he's got to do that. And got more people just microphone in your ear or microphone in your face after fucking losing on Sunday immediately. Then you got a more microphone in your face on Monday and Tuesday for the award shit. I would pull Marshawn Lynch. I'm here so I don't get fined. Every answer to every question. That's what I would probably do. So I don't blame Denny for being skeptical of what he wants to do and how he feels about everything. I would be the same way. I feel for Denny, and like I said at the beginning of the episode, I felt sorry for him. It's heartbreaking for him. This is the first time I'd ever felt sorry for a Toyota driver since Carl Edwards in 2016 at Homestead. And Carl's was a little different because I always liked Carl, and then he went to JGR, and I was like, but in that race you had Kyle Busch, who I hated at the time, Jimmy Johnson, who I hated at the time, and Joe Logano, who I hated and still hate. I was cheering for Carl Edwards for that championship because I've liked Carl. I liked him at Roush, and I didn't like him moving to JGR, but that was a smart move in that moment. Roush was falling apart. So, I was cheering for Carl, and then that happens to him, and I was heartbroken for him too. So you gotta understand that Denny Hamlin is a human being, and whether you like Denny or not, you would act the same way in this situation. You would not know where to go from here because you put all the work in, you feel like you had the opportunity. You're getting up there in age. You only got a couple years left to do this. You do everything right, and it still doesn't work out for you. You would have all the things racing through your mind on what you should do next. You would. And that's where Denny is right now. He doesn't know really where to go from here because he thought, this is it. This is my year. This is my race. This is the car. This is my best Phoenix car in the championship race that I've had probably ever. And it still didn't work out. So you're like, what the fuck do I need to do? What do I have to do? Is it just not meant to be? Do I need to just hang it up? Just say, fuck this sport? Fuck racing for Joe Gibbs Racing anymore? It's not in the cards for me. Those thoughts creep into a driver's head. The Buffalo Bills, like you said, in the 90s. They went to 4 straight Super Bowls. Didn't win any of them. Those players on that team have got to be like, they never got one done either. They never won a Super Bowl. They still have not won a Super Bowl. They got to think to themselves after the 3rd and 4th one, they're like, what do we have to do? What's wrong with us? Like, why can't this work out for us? The same thing with Denny. So, I hate it for him. Anything he would have said on Monday or Sunday after the race, I wouldn't have a problem with. Unless he would have said, Larson's a bitch or something like that. Like, that's a little extreme because that's being kind of a sore loser at that point. But everything else would have been fine with me, and he didn't say any of that. He was happy for Larson. He went to his championship celebration party. He didn't stay there long, but he did go there to congratulate Larson, and that takes a real man. And that's where the respect comes. That's where all you Denny Hamlin haters, which I'm not a hater as much as a lot of you people, that's where whether you don't like Denny Hamlin or you're the biggest fan of Denny Hamlin, you have to respect Denny Hamlin for going to the guy that beat you when you had clearly the better car, deserved to win it more than he did, to go up there and congratulate him at his championship celebration. That takes a real man. That is a real man to do that. A lot of drivers would not do that, and I give Denny Hamlin a lot of credit for that.
Facts. Lawsuit news.
Yep.
Will, I hate to say it for you
NASCAR
Denny
fanboys.
Hamlin fans.
Oh, and NASCAR fanboys.
But it seems like, I'm just going to say it, it ain't official, but it's as close to being, it's Denny Hamlin leading with 3 to go at the championship race. This shit all but over.
That ain't good though.
Yeah,
That ain't good for
over.
2311 in front row.
Fair. That's fair. But this is stick a fork in it because this one's done. The Monopoly. Yeah.
Monopoly.
Got some heartburn going on here.
Monopoly Go.
Yeah. The lawsuit about NASCAR's monopoly has reached another impasse, and the courts have ruled in favor of the teams, 2311 and front row, stating that essentially NASCAR does, what Premier Stock Car Racing. I don't need that shit.
I got some quotes.
Okay, well, you say the quotes. I don't need it.
You're doing it.
Premier NASCAR or Premier Stock Car Racing is the only thing going to be taken into consideration here on whether or not NASCAR is a monopoly. And the reason that's important is because NASCAR has said that the reason they are not a monopoly is because NASCAR does allow drivers and teams to own teams or drive in other series, which, to their credit, yes, they do. However, NASCAR is stating that if you don't like the way we run things, you can just go run an Indy car, or you can go run a sports car, or you can go run a whatever. The courts are not going to take into consideration based on a ruling that was made by Kenneth Bell. I think it was either today or yesterday. And that is because the courts are only going to consider Premier Stock Car Racing as the litmus test on that, on whether or not NASCAR has a monopoly. So NASCAR saying that you can go run IndyCar doesn't matter. NASCAR saying that you can go run IMSA doesn't matter. NASCAR saying, which they own, by the way, but NASCAR saying that you can go run any other series has no bearing on the judges and the jury's decision going forward into this lawsuit. They are only going to look at Premier Stock Car Racing. Now, you might ask, well, what does that mean? Well, in my opinion, there is only one Premier Stock Car Series in the United States, in the world, and that is the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, NASCAR. Now, you may be able to argue that maybe the Cars Tour, maybe the Cars Tour is
Premier
a Premier.
Premier.
Maybe
I don't think fits there.
They're the only other one that you would even be able to consider, because they're really the only other one that you can name. They're the only one that have a national name. There is no other national series. And
There's other local short track series, but they're
not premier. They're not on
no.
national television. They're not, big time sports. They're not.
They're the mechanics that go down there, work 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then race
and
on the
even
weekends.
some of those Cars Tour guys are, plumbers during the week and race car drivers on the weekends. And NASCAR is the only premier stock car racing series in the nation. Used to be they had ARCA to compare themselves with, but guess what?
They own ARCA now.
They own ARCA now. They own all the tracks. They own all the cars.
Not all the tracks.
They own 60% of the tracks.
Yeah.
They own the cars. They own it. They own the media. They own radio with MRN. They own MRN.
NRN now.
Yeah, they have changed the name of it. They own the broadcasting. They don't own the CW, but they produce all the races for the Xfinity series.
It ain't that no more.
The O'Reilly Auto Parts
How's it
series.
feel to be a series named after you?
I'm not. My name's not O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. Is that what women say to you?
No, not anymore. But
O'Reilly.
there was a time in the not so distant past.
Oh, it'll be a segment next year.
We'll see. But don't use this in any court hearing in the future, please. These are all jokes. But anyways,
Court hearing.
yeah,
You suing NASCAR too?
maybe I'd be suing somebody. But anyway, yeah. So NASCAR is a monopoly, and they don't really. They're not going to have a leg to stand on in this because NASCAR is not going to consider IndyCar. They're not going to consider anything other than stock car racing, and there is nowhere else to go for NASCAR teams if they don't like the way NASCAR is running things. And even if there was, guess what? NASCAR owns everything else. So even if they're not racing in their series, they're still going to NASCAR tracks.
And their SRX doesn't exist anymore.
So, it's not, it is all but over. I think this is a 90, win prediction 99%.
I won't do that for.
It is for me. It might as well be over. NASCAR might as well just wave the white flag, I think, because
Try to settle.
It's over. I don't see a way that NASCAR, they're going to appeal, which they're going to lose, and they're going to go to the district, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, which is the same circuit that resides over South Carolina, North Carolina, all that, where all this is being heard. They're the ones that are going to appeal it. Now, technically, this can go all the way up to federal. From what I understand of how the civil court, if it's anything like criminal court, it can go all the way up to the Supreme Court, which I don't think it'll go that far. But I think NASCAR is in real trouble here, and I think they're going to lose. And I've been saying that since this lawsuit started, that NASCAR is in trouble. And I think this kind of is the nail in the coffin that that kind of should signal to NASCAR that, hey, they need to figure this out quickly with these teams and get a settlement done, because if they don't, they're going to lose, and they're going to lose big. And we'll see what happens within the next month, because the court hearing's scheduled for early December, and we'll see how they go from there. But I think if I'm 23-11 or if I'm front row, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I'm getting out the calculator.
Yeah. I'll read a statement from NASCAR following the ruling of what just occurred. NASCAR says they're looking forward to proving that it became the leading motorsport in the United States through hard work, risk-taking, and many significant investments over the past 77 years. The antitrust laws encourage this, and NASCAR has done nothing anti-competitive in the building the sport from the ground up since 1948. While we respect the court's decision, we believe it is legally flawed, and we will address it at trial and in the Fourth Circuit Court if necessary. NASCAR believes in the charter system and will continue to defend it from 2311 and Front Row's efforts to claim that the charter system itself is anti-competitive. So NASCAR's just saying, hey, we still have faith that we'll win this in December, which is not looking good. The past few rulings in this whole case has not gone NASCAR's way, and they have got to be nervous. And that's why they're not saying nothing crazy in that statement, because they know that they're on thin ice right now, and they know they are losing this battle, and they might they're losing the ground to 2311 in Front Row based off these last couple of rulings.
They ain't gonna win the damn war.
Yeah, that's their last hope, really. And it doesn't look good for them. And 2311 Front Row, this is great news for them. They have all the momentum right now, and that's key in this situation. It's not the same as in sports or anything like that, but court cases, when it's suing and antitrust, and you got certain small rulings on top of the big ruling that's coming up, and if you keep on losing these small little details that are in the suing agreement and stuff like that, it leads to, more than likely, you're not going to win it at the big one at the end, and that's where it's leading for NASCAR. So they have to be nervous. 2311 and Front Row have to feel really good about themselves. Like I said, still got the big one in December in a month, and we'll discuss that on when that ruling takes place. And NASCAR does lose that in December. Can they appeal to the Fourth Circuit Court? That's when the Fourth Circuit Court will come into effect there. So they still got a long way to go, but it's coming towards the end. It's getting towards the climax of it. But right now, the chances of 2311 and Front Row winning this are going up, and NASCAR's chances on winning this is going down based off how the past couple rulings of smaller details in this lawsuit have been addressed and decided. So if you're NASCAR, do you try to just settle? And I know you said this before, that 2311 Front Row, why would you settle when you got all the cards in your favor? But if NASCAR gives them an offer and they just don't want to lose in court, would 2311 and Front Row be willing to settle with them if they get mostly everything they want out of this?
Yeah, I mean, I think they would. It depends on. It seems like the thing that that the teams want the most, and I don't know this for sure, but it seems like the thing that the teams want the most are permanent charters. But I don't think that 2311 or Front Row would cave to just the permanent charters if they don't agree with to use layman's terms, the terms and conditions that you have to check off on to get one. So, it's if the terms and conditions are, hey, NASCAR is going to take 60% of the money, and the TV, and these are not real numbers, I'm just throwing shit out there, but if NASCAR is going to take 60% and TV is going to take 20 and the teams get 20, if that's still the agreement and all it is changing the charter from every 10 years you have to, we're going to vote on this again, or they're permanent, once you have one we can't take it from you, the teams probably aren't going to settle, because, yeah, sure, you're giving us a permanent charter, but we don't like the agreement. So we don't like what we're getting out of the permanent charter. So no, we're not going to cave to just the permanent charter. So it seems like they're hung up on the permanent charter aspect of that, but I also think the teams don't like the verbiage in the terms and conditions because of the monopolistic aspect of them. They think that NASCAR is anti-competitive based on the verbiage that they have in their bylaws, and I don't think the teams are going to settle. If it would be in NASCAR's best interest, because I think they're going to lose. So, obviously, if you're going to lose, you're going to try to
limit the damage.
Yeah, limit the damage and get the best deal that you can. But I don't know if NASCAR is going to be willing to offer them what they want without being forced to do it. So I don't see a settlement coming. I think this is going to trial. I said it last week, and I say it again. This is going to go to trial, and I think the teams are going to win.
Fair enough. Well, hit that button. I agree with you also. Hit that button for RTT.
Ripping the topics.
Ripping the topics.
First subject in RTT this week. NASCAR had their State of the Sport address this weekend at Phoenix on Friday, I believe. They do this every year at the championship weekend. They kind of address the state of the sport and where it's heading towards, and they make some decisions early of what's going to happen in 2026, and therefore they said that the Cup guys are getting more available starts if they want it in the lower series of the sport. So that means in the Truck Series, the Cup guys can race in 8 races now instead of 5, I believe. And then the Xfinity Series, they can race up to 10 races in the Xfinity Series / O'Reilly Auto Parts Series next year. So my thing with this is I don't have a problem with it. As long as you don't, completely take the restrictor plate off these Cup guys and allow them to race throughout the whole season and try to win the championship in the lower series. I'd never liked that idea. Bushwhacking, that was what it was called back in the day when Kyle Busch was winning every race. Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Joe Logano, guys like that would race a whole bunch of races in the Xfinity Series, Nationwide Series back in the day. And it kind of stunted the growth of the Xfinity Series drivers because they weren't as good as the Cup guys. So, running fourth in an Xfinity race with the top 3 guys were Cup regulars winning all these races. It didn't give those Xfinity guys the chances to get their names out there for people to know who they were. Now, it did when they did win one over the Cup guys. It was very impressive, and it was a big story. Hey, fucking Regan Smith went out here and beat these Cup guys at Watkins Glen or whatever, wherever, Darlington, whatever. So that was a big story, but it was like it would happen so infrequently that it would kind of never really happen, and it wouldn't build up to anything for these Xfinity regulars that run there all year and just couldn't compete with the big guys because A, they're not quite as talented yet, or they're too young, or just not quite as good, or they don't have the equipment because the Cup guys are all racing really good stuff. I mean, Kyle Busch, JGR equipment, it's going to be hard to beat him in the Xfinity Series. Joe Logano and Brad Keselowski, Penske, it's going to be hard to beat them when they're in top tier equipment. So it compiled too much where you just couldn't get these Xfinity guys the screen time they deserved because they were overshadowed by all these Cup guys. Going down to 5, I was fine with it. I didn't mind it. But a lot of these Cup guys don't even use those 5 to begin with these past several years since they've been doing this. Now it's up to 10. You might see some Cup guys use it a little bit more. Ross Chastain's been like the only one that's really used that 5-start limit the past couple of years in the Xfinity Series. From what I think, Kyle Busch has raced quite a few truck races in these past couple of years for Spire and stuff like that. But other than that, there really haven't been a whole lot of Cup guys. Denny Hamlin would make his 1 or 2 starts a year at Darlington or whatever. That would be it for him. Logano, Brad Keselowski, Penske don't have a. I know Brad's not at Penske anymore, but Logano doesn't ever race in the Xfinity Series, and he did that one start for AM Racing after Haley Deegan got fired last year. But other than that, Joey doesn't ever race anymore. A lot of these Cup guys don't really take the opportunity to begin with the 5 starts the past several years, and I don't think 10 races, it might be a little more intriguing for him. But at the end of the day, I think the reason why these Cup guys back in the day did those Xfinity starts was because
it helped them.
On Sundays because the cars were similar. The Xfinity car had less power back in the day as a Cup car, but the cars handled very similar to each other. And it's track time, seat time, getting more comfortable with the track throughout the weekend to have an advantage on Sunday. That's why Kyle Busch did it so much. That's why Brad Keselowski, Joe Logano, Kevin Harvick did it so much back in the day. They had resources and that they could do on Saturday, so they did. Why? If you get offered a free lunch, you take the free lunch. It's kind of like that, So, but the way how different these Cup cars are to the Xfinity cars, it didn't really help you at all. Like, yeah, you could learn a little bit of something, in these just based off the track itself, but the cars drive so different now that it really could confuse you. You still get the H pattern shifting is still in the Xfinity series. You just got the straight shifting in the Cup series now. The Cup guys just don't get no real clear advantage to racing in the lower series, based on how different these cars are and everything. So I don't mind the rule because you want to challenge the Xfinity guys or O'Reilly Auto Parts guys, to see what the best is in the sport. And the Cup guys coming over and challenging them is good. But you don't want to overdo it. So 5 I was fine with, and a lot of people, I guess they took advantage of it. But now it's 10 and 8. I really don't have a problem with it, just as long as they don't race for a championship and have a chance to win a championship in a lower series. It's like Tom Brady coming back down to college when he was in his prime with the New England Patriots. Go back to Michigan and try to win a championship for Michigan. So as long as they don't do that, I'm fine with it. And it challenges the Xfinity guys to step their game up more, and they get to see the top of the sport, challenge him and what it takes to get into that big Cup series at the end of the day. So I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. So half of me thinks you're right. And I get NASCAR's apprehension to let these guys run full seasons or whenever they want to. But the other half of me is like, well, if I own a team and I have enough money to pay Kyle Larson or Brad Kay or fucking Cody Ware, it don't matter. If I want to put them in my car for 32 races or whatever it is the Xfinity Series runs, I should be able to do that. And, it's kind of like the capitalist in me wants the free market to work. And if JGR wants to fill the car for Denny to run the Xfinity Series schedule, that he should be allowed to go down there and run the Xfinity Series schedule. And if he fucking beats you guys, then you need to get better. But then the other half of me, like I said, kind of agrees with you. And, maybe you don't need Hall of Fame NASCAR drivers competing with 18-year-olds. So, I get both sides of it. So,
especially nowadays, because there's a lot of young guys just kind of get there because of money and.
But on the other hand of things, like you said, you brought it up. Like even if they opened it up and said, you know what, no more restrictions, I don't know that you would get a bunch of Cup guys running every week, and reason being is there's 2 competitive Cup teams that have Xfinity teams? It's RCR and Joe Gibbs?
I mean, Hendrick has one.
Hendrick has a 17?
Yeah.
So maybe.
Colleague, but they're not top tier.
And they're pulling out of Xfinity. They're not running the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series next year.
Yeah, they're running trucks.
They're just running trucks and Cup. So I don't know that they would even run all. I don't know if there would I don't know it matters anymore. Like you said, I mean, it doesn't really translate. So, I think I applaud NASCAR for opening up their restriction, but I don't really see the point for the restriction anymore because, like I said, Kyle's not gonna go down there and run a full season anymore. It doesn't help him. It's just I don't
unless it's like I said before the camera cut off. Case it cut off before I said this. Unless it's a new track we've never been to before, then you try to get some seat time. Try to understand the track
maybe you go, Chris Buescher, you're on a truck at Watkins Glen, get some seat time on a road course, whatever. But like
San Diego next year.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure there'll be
Kyle Busch
a lot of Cup guys in San Diego next year because it's a new track.
But Kyle Busch doesn't need to go run Vegas in an Xfinity car, other than if he wants to. It's not going to help him any. So why would he run the full season? So I don't really see the point for the restrictions at all anymore. But at least they're opening them up, I guess.
Yeah, I think all those 8 starts in the trucks and 10 in the O'Reilly series, it will they'll have to come before the playoffs. I believe they can't do the races in the playoffs, which I do like as well. You got a championship.
See, I disagree with that.
Well, you just don't want to affect the outcome if you can't help it. You sneak up the show.
Kind of like throwing a caution with 3 to go.
It's a little different, but sure. Next is Justin Haley finds his 2026 ride. Where's that at, Riley?
He driving a Dodge next year in the
Dodge?
old Truck Series.
Old Truck Series for Kulig?
Yeah, I guess he'll be it over there. He done lost his ride in the Cup Series. Couldn't even find an Xfinity Series ride, I don't guess. Maybe the Truck Series. Maybe Dodge paying him a ton.
Daniel Dye. He'll be down in the Truck Series as well.
Yeah, so good for him. I mean...
Well, hold on real quick. If Daniel Dye was in the 10-car Xfinity Series for Kulig, who takes that ride?
Kulig isn't existing in the...
Oh, that's right. That's all right.
Going away.
I forgot
which
about
that probably should have been its own topic this week. But yeah, Kulig does not exist anymore. They've gone out of business. They're not running, at least in the Xfinity Series.
That's right.
They're gone.
About that.
So
they gone.
They'll be running trucks and Cup, and most of their guys are going to the Truck Series.
Which I think that's the only team that does that. Front row. Well, we think it's good, but the lawsuit turns out another way. It might not be front row at all.
Yeah, we'll see. But, so in all seriousness, it sucks because Justin Haley's losing a Cup ride. He's going down a truck, and that's never a good thing that you're, that's like getting sent down in baseball. You're going from MLB to AA. It's just not good. But
we've seen guys come out of this in the right in.
Yeah,
John Hunter Nemechek.
Yeah, we've seen
back to the trucks, dominated, got back in the Cup Series.
Yeah, we've seen some guys do it, and we'll see what happens with Haley. But it's I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he's a better race car driver than Daniel Suarez. At least they're on par with one another.
Daniel does have 2 Cup wins.
Sure.
Not caused by lightning.
Justin Haley's got 1.
Not caused by lightning. He's got 2 of them that you can say he deserved. Beat the asses field at Sonoma.
Justin Haley also didn't drive
Atlanta.
for Joe Gibbs Racing. He didn't drive for Stuart Haas when they were at the height of their powers. He didn't drive for Trackhouse.
Gaunt Hunt or Gaunt Brothers,
who was half a race away from winning the championship.
Oh, no. Trackhouse is dog shit
They're
equipment.
bad now.
Dog shit
They're
equipment
bad now.
Come on now. They're dog shit equipment compared to, according to you.
They're better than fucking Gamebridge sponsored. What the fuck?
Spire.
Spire.
I don't know about. Well, yeah, probably.
But you never want to see a guy get demoted. He got demoted. That's what happened.
Don't suck all year. That's an easy fix for that.
That's fair. He did. He took the job that he could. I don't think there was a Xfinity ride available, or he probably would have taken it. And he's in the Truck Series. But like you said, we've seen some guys go down there. Daniel Hemrick is doing all right down there. John Hunter Nemechek's done it. But this has got the feeling of a
might stay there.
Mike Skinner.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you had your run in the Cup Series. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Type deal.
It could be. Yeah, Justin obviously didn't do himself any favors this year. It was like 30th in points, the worst out of the Spire trio there. And Spire's an up-and-coming team that want results now. And Justin, to be fair, got his crew chief ripped out of his ripped away from him about 7-8 weeks into the season, and then had some pit crew members, I think, taken off of his crew to Hendrick. So, he wasn't dealt a great hand, but he still didn't do himself any favors by the rest of the year, just not running hardly good at all. He had some good runs here and there, almost won Daytona in the summer, but other than that, he really kind of had a good finish on Sunday. I think he finished top 15, but other than that, he just didn't do enough to warrant himself another chance in a 7 car, and Daniel Suarez is a proven winner in the Cup Series. Whether he's all that good or not is still to be determined, but he has done it before, made the playoffs and gone through it and all that stuff, made the round of 12, I think, a couple of years ago. So, Daniel's done it. Justin has not. I'm sure Daniel brings a lot more sponsorship than Justin. So, I mean, for Spire, it made sense. And then just, like I said, it left Justin with his dick in his hand. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? This late when it happened a couple weeks ago. So, but good thing is Justin did find a ride. It could be worse. He'd be a free agent not doing anything. So just take what you can get and make the most out of it next year. Go win some races in the Truck Series for Dodge on their comeback. And you do that, you'll get another opportunity in the Cup Series. But you can't think of this as, there's no way for you not to think it's a downgrade, but you can't think of it like that. You got to think of it as, okay,
there's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity for me to prove myself yet again. And when I get out of the Cup Series, I'm going to do better next time. But you got to get to that point. You got to prove yourself.
If he goes out and has a John Hunter Nemechek style season, wins fucking 6 races, 8 races, he might be in contention for an Xfinity Cup ride.
I'm sorry. Mistake me if I'm wrong. Corey Haim's not coming back to the trucks, is he? He's going to Sam Hunt.
Not full time.
He's going to Sam Hunt, right? Sam Hunt?
I have not seen that he's full time in any series.
Thought he was for Sam Hunt racing.
You might be right. I have not seen that. I'm not aware.
So if Corey Haim's not full time, that opens the truck field up wide open. Also, you got to think of Tom Majeski and Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith, Daniel Hemrick. Scoring how the Stuart Friesen and what's his name? Honeycutt. What's his first name? Coach Honeycutt. What the fuck is Caden Honeycutt? That's it.
I thought you already said that.
What?
I thought you already said Caden.
No, I didn't say Caden. According to how that situation works, they're probably up there, as the favorites, for next year. But, Justin has the opportunity, prove himself. He's been in the Cup Series, gone through that grind the past couple of years. Go out there and, take care of business, win some races next year, compete for a championship in the Truck Series, and you could, easily find your way back in the Cup Series in a couple of years. So you just gotta deal, play with the cards you're dealt. If you're Justin, just make the most out of the opportunity. So see how it goes for Justin. Glad he got a ride. I think he is definitely a top 3 series talent for sure. And I think he is probably a Cup Series driver. But when the results are not there, and you'll have a lot of sponsorship, it's this is what happens to you. You got to have good results on the track to keep your ride, and unfortunately, he didn't do that this year.
According to Google AI, Corey Haim plans for the 26 NASCAR season involves running a combination schedule across all 3 national series the Cup Series for 2311, the Xfinity Series for Sam Hunt, and the Truck Series for Tricon Garage, he is not expected to compete in any series full-time in 2026.
That's weird.
He ought to be in that 35. I've been saying that
I mean,
a year and a half.
A blind squirrel could say that.
But I said that before fucking... What the fuck's his name? Riley...
What a piece of shit first name.
Great first name. What's his last name?
Herbst.
Nah, I was going to say Reed.
I said that too. We all said that. Ross Chastain finds a new crew chief for next year.
You don't have to tell me about this. I don't know who it is.
Shit, I
Phil
forgot.
Sturgeon.
He's gone.
Was that his crew chief this year?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm good.
Well, tell me about Phil Sturgeon while I look this up.
Guy sucks.
Fair enough.
He was the crew chief for the one car. Not very good.
Brandon McSwain.
Yeah, I know him.
He's going to be the new Cup crew chief for Ross Chastain next year. He was on the 24 team of William Byron, your favorite driver. I think he was a car chief, if I'm not mistaken, engineer for Hendrick Motorsports. He replaced Phil Sturgeon, who was moving into a new role within Trackhouse Racing.
Didn't McSwain...
Kind of competition thing. I'm assuming it's kind of the same thing as Denny's old crew chief, Chris Gabehart. Similar and probably not that important, but similar to that.
Didn't McSwain fill in? Did
That's
Byron...
not Fat Bat McSwain. There's no relation.
But didn't he crew chief that car this year sometime when maybe his crew chief got suspended or something? Maybe this year or last year?
Rudy Fugle, I don't think he ever got suspended.
Maybe I'm confusing him with Fatback. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyways.
What's his name? Brandon McSwain?
Brandon McSwain.
I'm going to have to do some research.
Former engineer for Hendrick Motorsports.
Never heard of him.
On the 24 car this year. I think this is a good thing for Ross. Needs some a new voice in his ear. Ross is, obviously his first year at Trackhouse was a Cinderella story. Winning a couple of races, making it to the championship 4, finishing second at points to Joey Logano. And then since then, it's kind of been a steady decline or up and down, you could say, for that one team in Ross Chastain. Phil Sturgeon's, I think, is a pretty good crew chief, but just him and Ross has not have been able to put consistent winning performances together week in and week out that we saw back in 2022. And, you get 3 years of kind of decline. You kind of want to change some things up. So you get a guy from Hendrick Motorsports, which is, seems like know what the hell he's doing over there. 24 car was fast all year, won the regular season championship, and Brandon McSwain, I'm sure, had a large part to do with that. So I think this is a big move for Ross. It's kind of a nut up or shut up year for Ross. Not saying he's going to lose his job or anything next year if he doesn't perform, but Ross has been in this weird space of winning one race a year the past couple of years. You look back at that 2022 season, and you're like, multiple wins, could have won multiple more if he didn't get in some dust-ups with Denny Hamlin and some other guys, or have some bad luck here and there. But, since then, Ross has kind of been an average Cup driver. And you're not going to replace the driver, obviously, because you see the driver can do it. And you start looking elsewhere, and you start looking at, the rest of the team. And, you want to make some changes, it's a great place to start. So, I think that this will probably be a good thing for Ross. Might take them a little bit to get used to each other next year. Or they could go out the gates firing. We've seen that before. Guys get new crew chiefs. You think of Kevin Harvick and Rodney Childers at SHR in 2014. Never worked together. They go out there and are the fastest car week in and week out. Start the season almost every week. Had a lot of problems, but they won a whole bunch of races that year. Could have won a whole bunch more. So you never know how that spectrum, or it could be bad, and they could just not run. They just couldn't. They might not understand each other, and it might be a disaster. But you got to take the chance, and I think this is a good move. Ross is still in the prime of his career, and he kind of seen the limit or the peak of what Ross can do with Phil Sturgeon in the one team the past couple of years. So I don't blame him for changing it up. I think it will work out. I think Ross will be a little bit better next year.
Yeah, we'll see. Those Trackhouse cars have been shit.
Oh, boy.
They've not been great. They've not been shit, but they've not been great. And obviously, like you said, Ross can get the job done. We know he's not the problem. So I think a change was in order over there at the number one team. They can figure out maybe how to get those cars to go a little bit faster. Maybe Ross can get a little bit more out of them. Obviously, the 24 cars fast every week. The engineers play a vital role in making those cars go fast these days. So, giving guys like that a good opportunity is kind of like hiring a young hot-shot offensive coordinator in the NFL to be your head coach. You're giving that guy a shot, and if it works, then it works really well, and if it doesn't, then
falls to the ground.
Then you're the 2022 Denver Broncos, and it's it just doesn't work. But I think it can work. We'll see. But being a crew chief's a lot different than being an engineer. Obviously, you've got a big role in the setup of the car and bringing the car to track ready to go. But it's
learning how to adjust the car on the fly from what the driver's telling you.
Like I said, the comparison to being a offensive coordinator to being a head coach reigns true. It's knowing when to call timeouts, knowing when to throw the challenge flag. It's knowing what buttons to press and when. And you can think back to what's Caitlin Vincey's husband, the guy that came from Blake Harris. Everybody was, singing his praises a couple years ago as the crew chief. Now, granted, it was crew chief, but he was crew chief Michael McDowell, and he came over to the 48 and
won one race.
Ain't done shit. So, it's a step up. Granted, it's a step down in organization, but it's a step up in responsibility. So, we'll see what can happen over there at the one car. Be honest with you, I don't expect a ton because I don't really think the equipment over there is on par. So maybe it'll be an improvement, but I don't expect Ross to go out and win 4 or 5 races next year.
All right, we'll hit that button for Attaboy.
Attaboy!
30 minutes later. Attaboy. You want to go first?
Yeah, Trent Davis for just doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, thank you. My attaboy from this past weekend at Phoenix. There's some good candidates out there. I'm going to give mine to Corey Heim.
You fucking asshole.
The only guy that probably deserved to win the championship, got the championship.
Yeah, nobody deserves to win the championship.
Yeah, but he did a great job, had the best truck, and then he had to deal with some adversity at the end, with some restarts, made an incredible 7-wide maneuver. On the very, very bottom, he about came to pit road in that scenario. He was so low on the track. Probably could smell the burgers and hot dogs cooking in the infield, how low he was, but did a great job, took it and earned it, and made sure he wasn't going to get denied his championship that he's been working so hard to get the past couple of years. He's probably deserved a couple more, but was able to get it done on Friday night through a whole bunch of bullshit and some adversity along the way. So, attaboy Corey Heim and getting his first truck championship, probably his only truck championship, and he's a generational talent for sure. We'll see what he does next year in all 3 series. If he can win some Xfinity races, or I'm sure he's gonna win some truck races when he races for Tricon in the truck series. But see what he does in O'Reilly and in the Cup Series next year for 2311. If they still have a team at that point,
yeah,
they probably will. But attaboy Corey Heim for getting the championship, and he had to deal with some stuff those last few laps. So attaboy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give mine to Denny and team. Obviously, didn't win the championship, but all you can do is control what you can control. And they showed up at Phoenix with the best race car, put the car on the pole. Obviously, they weren't the best car, stage 1. They were very good, led most of stage 1, but I'd end up finishing 2nd or 3rd in that stage with some tire wear.
I think 3rd because Ryan got past him.
I think Blaney got him, yeah. So
Ryan almost got Byron.
Yeah, so
the caution came out.
But 2nd stage on, they were the car to beat. Made some good adjustments throughout the race. Never really got in their own way and did what they had to do, and with 3 to go, had the championship locked up if Byron doesn't blow right front there. So, I mean, all you can do is control what you can control, and the 11 car put themselves in the position to win the race, both driver and team. Executed. I think they had not a great pit stop throughout the day. There's one thing we hadn't talked about. They were complaining about clutch issues. They had more mechanical stuff going on and overcame that. And, like I said earlier, for 45 minutes, they were there. They had the championship locked up. It was kind of like, what year was it when the Spurs and the Heat were playing, and they were bringing the championship trophy out, and Ray Allen hit that 3. I mean, they were bringing the championship trophy out to give it to Denny Hamlin, and obviously fate had different intentions, but all you can do is do what you can do, and they did it. So attaboy to that team, even though it didn't end up in the result they wanted.
You can't do that! You can't do that!
Yeah, as I said, I had some honorable mentions earlier. Give it to myself / Stetson, not Stetson Bennett. Gunnar Stockton for fucking ruining my parlay. That one pissed me off this weekend. Honorable mention also to
I agree.
Yeah, those guys. What the fuck was I gonna say?
I don't know. I'm not in your head.
To Connor Mozak and the stupid decision to stay out while blowing a tire to bring out a caution there. But all in all, I'm going to give my "you can't do that" to NASCAR. We haven't given them a ton of flack this year. They've done pretty well. But
I think I've given it to him more than you have.
Yeah, which is rare. But I'm going to give my "you can't do that" to them this year, just for this week for years of bad decision making, bad gimmicks, and bad manipulation of races for entertainment purposes. Led to what I think is one of the biggest travesties in the history of motorsports, which is Denny Hamlin not winning the championship this weekend. Obviously, like we said earlier, you can argue whether or not Denny should have even been in an opportunity to win the championship based on what you think the championship format should be. But the format's a joke. But Denny still performed and put himself in position to win under this format. And if that wasn't enough, overcoming the format, Denny overcame pit road and stage racing and still had a opportunity to win the race with multiple second lead with 3 to go. And then, what do you know it? Tire issue, which we've been complaining that the tires don't wear enough. I love tire wear, but I don't want tire failures. I want tire wearers. I want the cars to fall off. I don't want the cars to run the same speed and then break. And that's what happened Saturday. Or Sunday.
Wasn't on the tire.
And, say again?
It wasn't on the tires.
Wasn't on the tires.
It's the teams.
Fair. The teams probably running a little bit too low air pressures.
You got to be careful on criticizing Goodyear. They gave us a soft tire.
That's
they gave
fair.
us a tire that wear. We don't need no flat because they'll make these things into bricks again.
Here's the thing. Did the tire wear?
Yeah.
Or did the tire
it wore
give up?
The tire wore the most I've seen it wear at Phoenix in a long time.
That's fair. But as I said, was it Martinsville, Bristol? I can't remember what race it was. We can't rely on Goodyear to provide us good racing. And sure, maybe we said it at Bristol. I'd rather him go a little bit too far and dial it back. But in the championship race, I don't know if I want to see that. I don't know if I want to see Chase Briscoe work his way up to fourth and have a tire issue. Go a lap.
One in practice.
Go a lap down. Work his way back up and have another tire issue. I don't know if I want to see Denny Hamlin have a tire issue. I don't know if I want to see William Byron blow a right front and manipulate the end of the race. I don't know if I want to see Kyle Larson have a tire issue. Every single one of the Championship 4 had a tire issue.
They were the most aggressive.
Sure, maybe. But
did Chris Buescher have a tire problem all day?
Yeah, and he ran 35th.
Did Chase Elliott have a tire problem?
Fair. But the totality of the circumstances, you've got the tires, you've got the championship format, you've got the cautions, you've got the stages, and you've got the green-white checkered. You've got a million different things that happened in this race that took it out of the driver's hands to decide who won the championship. And that's not a good thing. If it was just the tires, fine. But it's not just the tires. I don't really even have a problem with the tires. But when you take into consideration that stage racing, championship format, green, white, checkered. Oh, and by the way, all this is decided by luck of the draw on whether or not you had a tire issue. I don't want to see a championship decided by that. And that's unfortunate. So not giving Goodyear any flack here because they did what we wanted them to do. But NASCAR is to blame for everything else, which made the tire issues that we saw negative instead of positive, in my opinion. So everything that happened Sunday is that I can blame on anybody, I'm blaming it on NASCAR. So fuck them. Fuck y'all. NASCAR, you can't do that.
My you can't do that. Not a whole lot to go around. We've kind of covered everything that we have not liked about this past weekend. But I'm going to give my you can't do that to Brad Keselowski. Choking away a race win. He did a great job. Don't get me wrong, on the restart. Got away from the guys they need to get away from. Like he's on older tires. Tires did matter, which is good. Had the lead going down the back stretch. Got a push from Kyle Larson. And like he had this thing in the bag. And he goes into 3, and he just overcooks the hell out of the car.
Well, he was going so fast because Larson pushed him in there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But, Brad Keselowski, obviously not had the year he's wanted for himself, his own race team, and his teammates as well. Not winning a race for Roush all year. Had a chance to do it there at the end. And when you choke away a win on the last corner, if this wasn't the championship race, if this was damn Kansas or, Vegas or Homestead or whatever, you would be fucking irate, but based off the circumstances, the championship race really didn't matter to you.
I forgot he was even in the race.
And, you just blew a corner on the last corner of the race. 8-1 since Darlington last year. Your whole team, organizational-wise, hadn't won a race all year. Hadn't won a race since Watkins Glen last year in September. Had a chance there if you don't blow the corner, if you back up the entry and don't allow the 12 to get on your inside because you drive it in so deep. You win the race, and you take all that momentum that you just won the race. Didn't deserve to win the race. Don't get me wrong. Ran 15th all day, 20th all day, but hey, he made the right call. He had enough guys stay out and had enough guys on 2 tires where you might be able to hold on there and win the race. And you just choked it away. It was a choke job is what it was. Old tires or not. If you get beat on a restart going in, coming to the white flag, okay, that's fair. You really didn't choke it away. You just got beat by a better car on better tires, stuff like that. But you go last corner and you're leading by over a car length. You're gonna get a called. That's gonna get called a choke job. I'm sorry. I'm glad you did it because YRB won the race. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy he did it. But you still choked the race win away.
I think you're giving a little bit too much blame.
Brad choked it, man. Brad choked it.
I don't think so. I don't think he choked it. Now, I think he could have won the race.
You weren't even watching at that point.
No, I was.
You weren't even watching them. You were watching Larson and you were watching Denny.
He went into 3, took the middle, 12 car, threw it in.
Take the bottom!
I think he probably tried, but you got to think, that was not a short run.
It's 2 laps.
That was not a short run leading up to that green-white checkered. Tires are cooked.
Oh, I know. He got off, though. He got free.
He got free because he got away from 2 other... Let me say here.
I know.
Got away from 2 other guys that also did not take tires. Blaney had 2. Blaney was a better car. Brad ran 10th to 15th all day. Was not a great car. Blaney, like you said yourself, was probably the second best car. I think Brad drove it in there with all intentions of getting to the bottom, and the car would not do it.
Like a driver skill issue to me.
I think it was a tire issue. I think the car would not do what Brad wanted it to do.
You go in the last corner leading the race, you got to win that thing.
Sure, he probably should have backed up the corner a little bit, but he didn't blow the corner. The car just did not do...
He blew the corner.
If he had 2 tires, he would have won the race.
He slid way up. He might hit the wall.
Listen, all right, I want you to get on NASCAR 25.
Listen,
when we get done,
I'm not saying I can do any better.
Stop.
I'm not a NASCAR driver, though.
I want you to go to Phoenix. I want you to run.
I suck at Phoenix. I hate that track. That's probably my worst track.
I want you to run 30 laps. I want you to cause a caution, and I want you to drive as hard as you can into 3 and see if you don't wash it.
I'm going to park the bus is what I'm going to do. I'm going to slam on brakes.
And they'll stop because the game sucks. But
yeah, exactly. I'll win the race.
Well, Blaney had wrecked him if he'd done that. But
Newmaned him.
We've seen that before.
The 6th car. No, I mean, I get it. It was probably he didn't have a great car. It wasn't like he had the best car all day and got screwed on pit strategy and was tired disadvantage at the end. But going in 3 and 4 with 2nd and 3rd side by side, you got to hold on to win that race.
He probably should have.
Yeah, and you're that close to your first victory of the year. You had a bad year. You got to finish the job.
I think you're giving him a little bit too much flack, but I get it. There's not a ton to pick from, but.
There was something in the truck series. Some guy hit the fucking inside wall going into 3 and 4. I can't remember who it was, though. And I don't want to pull up the highlights, but that's also you can't do that moment, too, hitting the inside wall at Phoenix. I get it. I've done it before in the NASCAR games. It's very hard. But that's a video game, not real life. So when you do it in real life, it's pretty bad.
What was it a couple years ago? It might have been this year or last year. We were watching a race somewhere.
Brad Keselowski, you can't do that.
It was Brad at Homestead. When Brad hit the inside wall at Homestead, and I was like, I'm surprised more people don't do that shit. You remember that?
No.
We're watching together. He went into 1, tried to run the apron, clipped the inside wall and caused that wreck, bounced up off the bottom. He's running the apron.
At Homestead?
At fucking goddamn New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, there's no inside wall.
Homestead North.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. He did that a few weeks ago.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. He wrecked Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said to you while we were watching, I'm surprised people don't do that more.
We've done that in NASCAR Thunder 04.
Exactly. I'm surprised.
WinVal's done it as well.
I'm surprised people don't do that shit more. I'm surprised more people don't hit the inside wall at Phoenix. That motherfucker is right there. Like, it is right there.
Yeah. It's the first time I've seen it, maybe ever.
Like, if I was a driver, like, granted, it's on the inside. It's a little bit easier to miss because you're there, you're looking at it, you're on that side of the car. But
it comes out on you.
I'm pretty sure I'd hit that. If you put me in a motherfucking car and you said, go out there and run the fastest lap you could, I'm pretty sure I'd hit it. I'm pretty sure I would.
Going 50 miles an hour.
Because you're trying to get close to it. That's how you get down there.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
I think they need to move that wall.
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, Brad Keselowski, you can't do that.
Where are they racing at this week?
Glad you didn't. Nowhere.
Thank God.
No races for a while.
When's the Snowball Derby?
January, I think, isn't it?
It's in December.
December. Late December, near Christmas or something.
Yeah, I think so.
But
They got the turkey
bowl?
No,
The Palmetto Bowl?
they run it at Florence every year. What the hell's that race called?
Dale Jr.'s not a part of it
I
this
think
year.
he's done, to be honest with you.
Well, he just said he wasn't. He just didn't do anything this year. He might do something next year. But yeah, no race this weekend. I won the pick'em after last week's race at Martinsville. So you and me steak dinner, get that done.
When and where?
Yeah. So can it be your meat? False.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if it will be filling.
Ew. That's disgusting.
I don't know if it'll be quite heavy enough.
Yeah.
Not quite maybe enough meat for you.
Yeah, probably not.
But I will tell you what,
Worth a shot.
it will taste good.
Yeah. Jesus. No, I'll see. Like I said, no racing for a while, but we'll not disappear. We'll not be like the other NASCAR podcasts that don't do shit for a while or have one episode in the whole off season. We'll have several episodes. Won't be every week, but it'll be more than other NASCAR podcasts. So we're the true NASCAR podcast. We don't quit around here. But next
December
week,
7th, Snowball.
December 7th.
Let's go.
Next week we'll kind of do an overview of the season, give out best. Well, no, that'd be for the Highline Awards. We'll just kind of overview the season, give some driver grades out, give some any more news that comes out over this next week, and after that we'll probably take a couple weeks off or whatever. Then we'll have the Highline Awards. We'll update you next week on that when that'll happen. We'll have all that, and the trial will be close to then. By that point, so probably come out with the episode for the lawsuit result in early December, and then might have a Christmas episode and New Year's episode, whatever, and then have a few before the season kicks off before the Clash in early February. So we're not going anywhere. Won't be every week. Well, we will be back next week though. Like I said, to overview the season and give out some driver grades and some more other stuff. But yeah, that's about all I got. Riley, got anything going on this weekend? Got anything
I will say this.
Emotional outburst to give out before we head out?
Five Flag Speedway.
What?
Five
fags?
Yes.
There's five fags.
Five Flags Speedway.
Yeah, that one.
Where they hold the Snowball Derby.
Spurt.
I swear to drunk I ain't God. I'm tired.
Yeah,
Been up since 4 a.m.
So have I.
Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida is only 7 hours away.
What does that have to do with anything?
Let's go to that motherfucker.
When?
December 7th.
No.
Why?
I probably work.
Take it off.
When is that?
December 7th.
Is that on a weekend?
It'll be a Saturday, I think.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It's a Sunday.
I work.
Fuck!
I know I work that weekend.
Ask off.
I don't have any time left.
Well,
I'll just use all of it.
yeah, take a week off to go fucking look at trees for 6 hours a day.
That's accurate. I saw some deer. Even shot
Ain't
at one.
shot shit.
I did shoot at
Me and
something.
you have got the same amount of deer kills in the last 3 years.
That's not true. I got one last year.
And I got one 2 years ago.
You kept the meat. You
I
skinned
shot
them
that
and everything?
motherfucker.
That doesn't
I
count.
shot him.
That doesn't count. You didn't hunt him down
Dead
and
as
kill him.
fuck.
Yeah, from 2 feet away.
I didn't miss. That motherfucker was DRT, dead right there.
So was the deer I shot last year from 200 plus yards.
What about the one this year or the one 2 years ago?
What about them?
You're 1 for 3.
They're still living their best life. I'm actually 1 for 4. My past 4 shots.
Damn! You can't do that.
The one 2 years ago was inexcusable. 70 yards away, point blank. I don't know what I did. The one 4 years ago
This is Trent right here.
was nearly impossible.
Oh, it's a deer! Bang! Did I get him? Is he down?
Is he down?
Did I smoke him?
You know what I'm talking about? Luke Bryan?
That's what I'm doing.
You got to do the face, too.
Did I get him? Is he down?
Is he down? Is he down? Is he
Did I
down?
smoke him?
Did you see him go down? You understand. You do not understand buck fever. Buck fever.
I shot that motherfucker, didn't shake at all.
You're not hunting.
I hunted his ass. I said, there he is. Bang! 10-7.
It's different. It's very different. You
Listen.
don't understand. Don't come at me until you experience a big buck coming in there, and that's what you're trying to do. You weren't trying. You weren't going to work that night to shoot a deer.
Nervousness is a lack of confidence.
No, it's the passion
And a
for
lack
what you're
of confidence stems from a lack of training. If you went out and shot in practice, you would not get nervous.
No, I'd still get nervous. I'd probably be a little bit more prepared. I'm not lying to you on that one. I need to shoot the gun more throughout the off season. I'm not arguing with that one. But it's no different than a field goal kicker trying to kick a game-winning field goal to win a game. Yeah, you've practiced all week. But guess what? The practice is different than when you actually get there and do it.
Yes, but if you practiced all week, you are more likely to succeed.
Yes, I agree with you, and I'm not arguing that point. But at the same time, when you care so much about something and you're passionate about something,
If it doesn't hurt at all,
it doesn't mean a
then
thing.
it doesn't mean a thing.
And that's the problem.
I'll
Like I
say
care
this.
so much that yes, buck fever gets to me every time I shoot a deer.
What's your work schedule this week?
Work this weekend, off Monday.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's the part where we have the opposite schedule. Then I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, off the weekend. I'm off next weekend. And then work the 4 days, then I'm off a weekend.
Well, next year when we see each other, I'll take you up to the DNR range. I'll show you.
I can shoot.
I'll
I
show
just
you how to
told
shoot.
you I shot David's 308 from 100 yards away in a little fucking Mountain Dew bottle and hit that shit.
We'll see.
It's different. Target practice is different than when you go out there and try to shoot a big buck.
All right, I'm going to go stand out there. And you got to miss me.
I'd hit you right in the head. Which one is the question? Other than that, what else you got going on?
Well, I got work tomorrow. Got a little bit of special weapons and tactics training tomorrow. Get that done. Come on home. Watch some Thursday night football. Who's got the game? I don't know. But
Broncos and Raiders.
is it really? Go Broncos. What you doing tomorrow? Coming
I'll
over to
be
the
over
house
here.
and watching football? Yeah. So we'll be
My
doing
wife's
that.
gone until Monday, so
Where's she at?
Illinois.
Illinois.
She left this morning. I came back today. That might be reason for that.
Hey, I tell you what.
I ain't gonna see we're gonna be a week over almost 2 weeks of not seeing each other.
Hey.
You know the feeling.
I don't want to hear it. Try going 10 months. Anyways. If it doesn't hurt at all.
Riley!
Oh, man.
You ain't heard that in a while.
Yeah, no, I hadn't.
Might not hear it again.
And probably not. Lord, it's a damn shame.
Jesus, take the wheel.
This has gone downhill quickly. Kind of like my relationship.
I didn't have to say that one. Self-inflicted on that one. But yeah,
I am depressed.
we love you, buddy.
I
Holla
appreciate
Nation. Some of them love you.
Drink.
Some of them love you. Some of them.
I will say this.
Are happy to see you in
Still,
pain.
the most disappointing thing that happened in 2025 was Denny Hamlin losing the championship.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
You love Denny. Now I work this weekend and be off next weekend.
I'm off.
But yeah, we'll come back with you next week and like I said, do some driver grades and all this. I've already said this, but yeah, enjoy my 2 weeks off of freedom is coming to an end. Got one more day left before I go back to that shithole. Unfortunately, and get back to the real world. It's been a good 2 weeks.
You work like once a month. I don't want to hear it.
Dude, people, every time I tell people my work schedule, they're like, I couldn't do it. You've said that.
Yeah, if it wasn't, it's the switching.
Partners?
Yes. It's the switching of
yes,
nights.
that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
Yeah, so yeah, I get a week
Which
off.
I switch
but
nights to days too, but it's
six
every
weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah,
Which
not every week.
I would say it's harder initially.
I'm used to it now. I still can't sleep when I'm trying to go back to day shift. So
Which I can't either.
I've been trying to go to sleep early because I've been deer hunting. But I guarantee you, tomorrow night, when I know I have to go
Be
to
up
work
till 2 o'clock in the
Friday morning, I will be up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
I want you to know. You know what I did the other week.
Beat off probably.
Yes. But I went to bed. Oh, what was the last night I worked?
I don't know.
I just worked.
Today.
I'm working a Wednesday, Thursday. So I went to bed.
Sunday.
I went to bed Friday
No, Friday. Yeah.
at 6:30 p.m. I came straight home and went to sleep. I fell asleep during the
Truck race.
before the truck race started. I fell asleep. Slept all night. Woke up Saturday morning. Went to work. Worked all day. Worked all day. Came home. Ate dinner. Was watching the Carolina game and the Xfinity race. I fell asleep at halftime of the Carolina game, which is about halfway of the Xfinity race, because I had the Carolina game on my iPad and the Xfinity race on my TV. Fell asleep. I'll say again. Friday night. Slept at 6:30. Woke up. Went to work. Came home Saturday, watched the Xfinity race and the Carolina game.
Yeah.
Fell asleep at halftime, which is about halfway through the Xfinity race.
Yeah.
Slept all the way till 4 o'clock Sunday morning, which was an extra hour of sleep. Came home. Did not fall asleep till 2 o'clock Sunday night.
Damn.
Monday morning, woke up 7 o'clock, took my daughter to daycare. Went to the gym.
First time in 3 years.
You know what? No.
Candace
no,
was
no,
talking
no,
shit
no,
about you.
No. I came home. Went to sleep.
Oh my God.
Woke up at 2. Went to the gym. Came home. Fucked off for whatever. Played some NASCAR.
That's what I might do when I get done here.
And, went to bed normal time, 12, midnight, whatever. Woke up Sunday morning, or Tuesday morning.
This is the longest fucking segment ever.
7 o'clock. Woke up again. Took my daughter to daycare. Left from daycare at about 8:30. Went to the gym. Worked out. Came home. Did some laundry. Cleaned up around the house. Took a nap.
You clean that toilet?
No.
That thing needs to be clean.
It does. Took a nap. Slept till 4 o'clock.
Where are we going with this?
Moral of the story is
You're sleeping all the time.
my
I'm
sleep
hearing.
schedule is still fucked up, and I've been on days for 2 weeks.
Congratulations.
And guess what?
We just heard your life story.
11 o'clock right now.
10:30, but yeah.
It'd be 11 o'clock before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Got to be up at 4 o'clock.
I've done that the past 5 days.
5 hours.
I've done that the past 5 days.
Gonna work all day tomorrow. Gonna come home.
You're going to sit in the car all day.
Listen, gonna come home tomorrow. We're gonna watch the Broncos game. Guess what we're gonna do after our Broncos game?
I don't know.
We're probably going to play some college football 25.
According to what time it is, that game ends.
Exactly. But that's what we probably going to do. Maybe.
What we need to do is just I'll bring my iPad over again
I got
and
an iPad.
put it on the damn thing while we play college football.
Might do that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But we going to be up till fucking 1 o'clock in the morning
Probably, yeah.
playing that shit.
Yeah, I will.
So guess what I'm going to do Sunday morning? Or
You don't have to work, though. I have to work
Friday morning. I'm going to wake up. I got to be up at 7 o'clock, take my daughter to daycare.
Yeah, but you go right back to sleep.
But that's my problem. Is I'm gonna do that and sleep all day and be fucked.
Fucked.
You don't have an opportunity to fuck yourself. You don't have enough time to fuck yourself on your schedule.
Yes, I do. I fuck it every week. Well, not every week. Every 2 weeks. When I try to go from nights back to days. 'Cause I can't sleep when I need to go to sleep early. I think it's the most beer we drank on this podcast.
I've drank 5 beers.
It's my 6th.
Well, you did shotgun one.
That's fair. Anyways, moral of the story is...
I've drank 6 beers.
Moral of the story is... my work schedule sucks.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
does.
moral of the story. I get a week off every month, but it fucking sucks in between that part.
And I'm supposed to be off tomorrow. Because I was supposed to go to fucking Dollywood this weekend.
Oh boy, here we go.
But I can't even take tomorrow off. Because Veterans Day is November 11th, and it's a holiday, and I don't get that fucking extra 8 hours if I don't work.
Are you supposed to work that day?
I get it whether I work or not. But if I don't get my normal time, if you take vacation at my job, if you take any vacation during your holiday hours, you don't get the 8-hour holiday.
You're a burger flipper, right?
Yes,
Yeah, burger flipping life's tough.
it is. It's tough. Anyways, fuck Clemson, go Cox. Follow us on Snapchat.
Okay, probably the longest podcast episode ever. Well, there's like
Tascam?
there's like 15 minutes of
Is showing 3 hours, 6 minutes.
Tascam.
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 That's what that shit says. Tascam.
Where's the U?
Tascam.
That's an A, my brother.
Tascam.
Tascam. I'm gonna Tascam after this. Yeah. So longest episode probably ever. Had to fucking save some clips from the early part of the podcast, put it on the computer and delete them. When I got back out of here, I couldn't find the backup card. So I'm a worthless piece of shit. So
I'm going to be very upset if you fuck this up.
why don't you do one of these days?
I don't know how.
You know, I've heard that for 3 straight years.
And
you
guess
could
what?
fucking learn, son.
Failure to train.
Huh?
Failure to train.
Failure to train.
You have not trained me.
Because you don't want to. All season. You know what? All season, we're going to teach you.
I refuse.
Failure to train, though.
Pay somebody to do
Failure
it.
to train. That's what. If we get big enough, I can. And I can come on here and just fucking enjoy talking about NASCAR and shit and send it to somebody else.
They don't always call me big, but they always call me back.
What does that have to do with anything?
I ain't worried about getting big enough.
I am.
Who do you think you are?
I am.
Follow us on Facebook,
The Highline.
Instagram,
The Highline Official.
TikTok.
The Highline
Lemonade.
Podcast. Huh?
I said TikTok and Lemonade.
The Highline Podcast. YouTube.
YouTube.
Highline Podcast.
And listen to the podcast in its full-blown glory.
3-hour episode.
Yes, sir. At Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast.
At the Highline. Hit the notification
Also,
bell.
did we say YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Hit that notification bell.
Ding ding. I'm doing your part.
Ding, ding.
Can you do my part?
What's up, Rusty Pussy Nation, Peggy? It's 7.
Did you? We did have a kind of a viral video last week talking about. I posted one where we're talking about Sam Mayer getting suspended and the Rick Crawford and John West Hamlin. I think got like 13,000 views.
Did it?
Yeah. Appreciate you.
R.I.P.
Yeah. People commented like, that John West Hamlin shit was wrong. I didn't do it. I didn't say it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It actually does sound good right
That shit's fire. Give me a boneless wings and things.
Hold the bone.
Kicking chicken sandwich. You can hold my bone.
Yeah, I can. Not very big, though.
No, don't always call me big, but they always call me back.
They do, but we'll come back with you next week to try to redeem ourselves from this terrible episode.
Yep.
But until next time, fuck Florida State. Go Tigers. You a Chiefs fan?
Go Cox.
Go Tigers.